And hello, everybody. We are live with episode 10 of the Crystal Crusaders playing through Storm King's Thunder. I am your DM, Brad, as always, joined by four of my five lovely players. Zach, unfortunately, seems to have caught the flu. He's been ill for a bit now, and finally went to a doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, you're fucking sick, dude." So he's probably not going to be here, understandably. Hope he gets better, and we'll see him when he does. In the meantime, I still have the rest of my players here with me, and we are going to go ahead and get started with a recap of what happened last time on the Crystal Crusaders, delivered this time by Morton. Um, so, whenever you're ready, if you would please
Yeah.
enlighten us as to what happened previously.
Previously was the party was chasing down sex characters, bag of holding. Don't remember his name right now, and because he got that stolen from him, and we ended up down in the some sewer tunnels, thieves tunnels, finding traps, fighting off hordes of rats, and in the end we ended up almost being wiped out as a party from a one swamp monster. Was Uterus was in the sewers, pulling us almost drowning us, knocking out my character at least once, and we fended it off. It ran away into the sewers, and then we kept following the trail, which had basically gone cold at this point. We ended up in a shanty town in the sewers, filled with hermits and thieves and just people living life by the minimum. Trying to find out where the bag of holding had gone, we asked around, and nobody likes people from the top side apparently. And in the end, we managed to get some lead to go to a man called the Beggar King, which was an old monk. We sat on top with him and made the like he gave us some information of a man that it might have stolen it, and also that there are pirates taking trying to live off down there and use that as a hideout. And we are gonna see if we could find out where the pirates are, who they are, and see if we can find a bag of holding at the same time. And that's basically where we left off.
Yes, indeed. So, Morton, you can go ahead and mark yourself a point of inspiration for doing the recap.
Yes.
And we are going to pick up where things left off. You guys have just finished meeting with the Beggar King in his small hovel at the bottom of this shantytown near the nearly empty reservoir of questionably healthy water at the bottom. And you guys walk past the guards, Crash and Bash, and out back onto the sort of walkway. And now you sort of are armed with due knowledge that somewhere in this town there is an entryway to a hideout that Ship Rethnor is using to run their operation out of. However, you do not know where it is, but have been told that perhaps somebody in town might.
Alright. Now we just have to find somebody.
Where do we start?
Good question. Uh,
Yeah, and you can hear like the hustle and bustle of people moving about up above. Um and like I assume basically like as you're kind of like thinking, you're like walking back to where people actually are, because
Yeah.
you're certainly not going to ask the air. And I think you notice like as you're sort of like ascending back up from the bottom level, um people aren't as quick to just kind of like scatter out of the way whenever you walk up. Um, You still like get a few like odd glances here and there, but there isn't so much of the like pinpoint like stares of death that you had received upon first arriving.
Ah, yes, we have been accepted by the king.
Bow to us, peasants.
Okay, that attitude might not be the best one to get them to help us.
All right. What's the first step in finding this somebody? We literally know nothing about it. What's that person?
His name was fuck. I can't remember.
His name was Gunther.
Gunther, yes. So we'll just have to ask around if anyone has seen Gunther. Gunther.
All right.
So,
Should we ask the? Are we still in the like with where the trading is happening and stuff? Market.
No, you're kind of like in like basically like a section of the town that's nearby of where you met with the beggar king. Obviously, like it's not a huge place, so you could walk back to the market. But right now you're just sort of amidst people kind of moving about.
all right.
As you're kind of standing there, you hear like the sounds of like cartwheels rolling over the cobblestones, and you see this man sort of like wheeling this like large cart with a number of what looks like meat skewers sort of like hanging from it, and he's just sort of shouting like, "Rat kebabs for sale! Come get your rat kebabs!"
Oh god, it's this guy again.
Yeah.
Or somebody who has a similar business running.
It's the
Wonder how many people
rival
sell rat
the
kebabs.
rival rat kebab business.
He was
Yes.
Morton just dropped.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Best
Hopefully.
rat kebabs this side of town.
Okay. I mean that's as good as
That's that
anything.
guy.
I mean it's as good as anything. I'll start walking up to Rat Kebab Man. And
All right,
says,
so you start like walking up to him. He's like still like wheeling his cart like forward, so but obviously he's like pushing this heavy cart, so you can easily like catch up to him.
yeah. As I do, I'll say, pardon me, good sir. I says, I'm looking for a man named Gunther. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, he's like you walk up to him, kind of like stops the cart and turns to you and says, maybe I have. He said, you them outsiders I heard about, eh? What business you got with good old Gunther? Hmm?
I says, we're looking for something that we lost, and the Beggar King told us it's that Gunther perhaps would be the one who could help us find it.
He kind of like laughs at this. He's like, Gunther, help you find it. He couldn't even find a way to wipe his own ass if he showed him. And he says, forget about all that silly nonsense. Maybe I can interest you. You look a little bit hungry, famished even.
I say,
I say maybe so much as if you have a little bite to eat, it might lead your way to this Gunther fella you're looking for, huh?
I say, it's just like, well, that is interesting proposition, but I know the other guy didn't accept coins. I'm not sure if you have any use for coins either.
He says, well, I get around. I'm sure I could find a use.
Right. I turn around back towards your other party members. So, who's hungry?
Alexei looks
raise
at the
my
rat kebabs, and she's like, "Not anymore."
I totally raise my hand.
Yep. All right. And the Nefarian, I don't know what he thinks.
He's a
So-
ranger. I'm sure he's half worse. He'll have some.
No. So I say like, all right. I'll turn back to the guy. 3 rat kebabs then.
All right. And he's like, starts like, unhooking them from the,
Yeah. I'm
the-
getting
the
off my
top.
coin purse.
And he's like,
You have a purse?
he starts like as you're
Shut up,
as you're
Mike.
as you're doing this, he's sort of like throwing them. You see, he's got like this almost like this sort of like grill sort of setup in the cart, and he starts like throwing the kebabs over the grill. He reaches down underneath and pulls out a number of like jars of what looks like ground up spices or something. And starts like sort of like lightly dusting the kebabs, turning them over as they cook, and probably making some like idle chatter as you're sort of doing that. And yeah, so you pull out the coin purse. He hasn't really like given you a price per se.
30 platinum.
I'll put down 3 gold coins.
All right, yeah, he's sort of, you put the gold coins down, and he sort of like nods as the you see at one point like the flames like shoot up and like almost like scorch the top of the cart. He kind of like jumps back a little bit, and yeah, then in a few moments the kebabs are cooked to probably good enough temperature. And yeah, food safety regulations not really a thing in the Forgotten Realms, so buyers beware. But yeah, he pulls them off of the grill, slides the coins over into like a little box that he has on the side, and hands them over to you. Says, "Enjoy, governors." And so, looking for Gunther, are you? Said he might be able to help you find something you lost. Bit curious, that has me. What is it that such fine folk like you have lost down here that a do-nothing like Gunther might be able to help you with?
I say, a bag, if you have to know.
Oh, he says, oh, must be a real nice bag then.
It's just like, its contents are more important than the bag itself.
So I'll get it. Sentimental value and whatnot. See. Well, I won't pry too much. I mean, it's your own personal affairs and whatnot. Just curious is all. Now about Gunther. Yeah. I saw him this morning. Walking into the Beggar King's little oval down there. Seemed rather cross when he came back out. He started marching back out the way what you folks came in, from what I understand. Don't rightly know what he was up to, but some folks say they saw him coming back, eh? Stopped by his home there. Says, he lives a small family, not much. Father passed away a few years back. Still, mother getting up there in age. And I believe he's got a little sister. He looks after. Yeah, let me see if I remember correctly. I think they live. And he's sort of like pointing across it. He's like, I think it's that one right over there. And he's like pointing across the way at a like sort of small shack that's like built on the top most layer of the like shanty town. He's like, yeah, if I remember correctly. And he says, if he's still around, I'm sure you'll find him there, or at least one of his immediate family members might know where he ran off to.
All right. Thank you so much for the information, I say, as I start taking a bite at the rat kebab.
He says, oh, it's no problem. Governor's always happy to share a little bit of local news over a bite to eat, eh? He says, now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some other business, more hungry mouths to feed.
Of course. Have a good day, sir.
And he sort of like nods and like picks up his cart and begins like wheeling it forward again. You can hear it kind of like rattling as it bangs against the kind of like somewhat broken moss-covered cobble.
All right. Yep. So I imagine I already have given the rat kebabs to Nefarian and Nibble. So it's like I turn around to the crew, look up towards where we were pointing, and it's like, well, we have a destination now, and we'll start walking.
All right, you begin to make your way around to the other side of the shantytown. And again, you're kind of like at this point, because people have stopped like deliberately moving out of your path. There's a lot more kind of like working your way through the crowd and like blending in with this somewhat large group of people that's sort of going about their day-to-day business here. And it takes you a bit longer than usual to navigate your way over there. But again, it's not very far, so a couple minutes at best. And you sort of make your way up to the top, climbing up this sort of like scaffolding. At one point, Alquil, you take like a step on this scaffolding, and one of the steps sort of like cracks and almost like gives way beneath you, just due to all of the like weight that you have on you. On this like rotted wood, and everyone kind of like hears this like cracking and like looks up a little bit like confused, but then they just sort of see, oh, it's just those silly outsiders, and go about what they were doing. And yeah, you make your way up to the top, and at this point the top ring of this area is mostly whereas down lower it's pretty crowded with people going back and forth. At this point in time, the top seems to be mostly like quote unquote abandoned. You see the occasional person sort of like outside, maybe like hanging laundry, or just like sort of watching like a kid play around. But other than that, it seems like most of the business that people do is further down below. So it's not as crowded on the top ring, and you can easily make your way over towards where you were pointed. Perhaps at some point having to kind of like look back towards the center to just kind of like get a gauge on where you are relative to where you were, because all the houses look very similar here. So it takes you a little bit, but you manage to you can see up ahead the shack to which you were pointed. It's rather small and kind of dilapidated looking, even compared to the other dwellings around here. It definitely looks like whoever like did if anybody ever did any like maintenance work on it, like replaced rotting boards or anything like that, they kind of stopped doing it a while ago, and it's kind of begun to fall into disrepair. When you arrive, there's nobody out front, but you can see sort of like a flickering light in the window from some sort of like candle or something, suggesting that there is somebody home.
All right. I will knock on the door.
All right. So you roll up and knock on the door. Let me
I'll prepare firestorm.
All right. So you you roll up and knock on the door with the back of your gauntleted fist once, twice, and with the third time, you know, that traditional like third knock, you hear like this cracking and the door just falls in.
I look at the door that's now fallen before me.
And inside you can see a rather cluttered looking, it's like a single room sort of affair where basically it's like a kitchen and a bedroom and like a dining room and living room just basically all like shoved into one room. It's rather messy. You can see like clothes kind of strewn about. There are what appear to be like what covers as like small children's toys in here. You see what appears to be a it's like a ball almost that like when you look at it, it kind of catches you off guard at first because when you look at it, it almost looks like this sort of like glazed over like eyeball kind of like staring back at you. But you like blink and it's just a trick of the light maybe. And looking around, there's other sort of like similarly like weird toy, like discarded toys, all in like various states of disrepair. And there's just this very confused looking girl kind of like looking up at you.
Yeah, so I'll say that. Terribly sorry about that. Terribly sorry about that. And then, like I'll crouch down to like pick up the door, and like put it back towards like its hinges. It's just like Alexa, help me get this door in place.
Yeah, and so as you're doing that, the girl sort of like kind of like blinks a couple times and then turns her head towards a door you didn't notice at first, sort of in the back, and she just sort of shouts, oh, "Mom, it's happened again." Also, there's a funny man at the door. And you hear like a clattering from wherever this girl is like shouting towards, and the door kind of like opens, and you see this rather plain looking dirt covered, maybe like mid 40s, maybe early 50s woman kind of like emerge, and her face looks rather kind of like wrinkled from stress more so than age, and you could tell her hair is sort of like becoming gray. She has it like pulled up into a bun, and she says, "Oh dearie, what is it now?" And as she like emerges, she sort of like lets out like a gasp, and
yeah,
quickly come back here, Matilda, come. And she just sort of like rushes back over behind her mother's leg.
Yeah.
And
I
she
says
says,
like, fear not, we mean you no harm. But sorry about the door. I say, I'm probably trying to get it like fixed back on the hinges. Alexa, give me a hand here.
Okay. I came back as a little girl said it's happened again. Did you kick down the door?
No, I knocked 3 times, and the door fell off its hinges and just like fell inwards into the house.
Alexia will be like, Alquil, are you sure you're not a bit too strong for your own good?
Well, you heard the girl. It happened again. This has presumably happened before.
Oh, so since someone else did it, that makes it okay? I expect better from you, Alquil.
No, what I'm saying is that it's shoddy construction that causes the door to collapse.
I said,
Now,
"Oi, we do the best we have with what we've got." And he said, "Now, if that rotten Gunther, I told him them hinges were no good, and he'd replace it. Don't worry about it, Mumsy. It's fine, it is. Rotten, no good son of mine." As now,
This is like-
you strangers come barging into my home, whether you intended to or not. What is it you want with old bag like me?
Actually, nothing we want with you. We are looking for Gunther.
And she says, "Oh, great. More folks looking for Gunther. Oh, we're looking for Gunther. Don't want anything to do with you."
It says, it's just like it's not meant as no offense. The beggar king told us that Gunther might know where our bag is.
She said, It says, "Oh, and why's that? What's that rotten no good son of mine done this time?"
I still like sigh and says like, well, if the beggar king we came down here looking for our missing bag, our bag that went missing while we were at the markets up above. It's we followed the trail of the bag, magic, you see, and it led us down here. We talked to the Beggar King about it, and he said that there's been these hooligans, these rather bad sort that's come to this town lately, and that Gunther may or may not have fallen in with the wrong crowd. If you can't catch me drift.
And she sort of she doesn't really seem like shocked at all about this, and he says, "Oh, Beggar King told you all that, did he?" And she says, "Well, it's true that that Gunther, my boy, he's been some friends come calling around to the house what he didn't have before. He was always a solitary type, not much for fraternizing with the other boys, but all of a sudden I'm to believe he's come across a rather large group of friends. Am I? They look real rough types, like him, wearing all them leathers and strapped to the gills with knives." Said, what you need all them knives for? Hunting, they said. Skinning rats. Likely story. How many knives you need to skin a goddamn rat?
One.
Exactly.
You got played.
This is like, yeah. From what we've been able to gather, those men might be from up above, from a ship Rethnor, or so we hear. It's them who might have taken our bagsy, and we need to try to find them. And the Beggar King said that Gunther might be able to tell us where they are. So here we are.
She says, I see. She says, ship Rethnor, you say? Name sounds a bit familiar. That does. She says, yeah, I think them folks have been coming around and doing what they please round here for a little while now. She says, you think my dear, sweet, stupid little rotten Gunther's got involved with them?
Possibly, yes.
She says, well, figures it does. Never can do nothing right, that Gunther. He says, I swear, I'll beat him over the knuckles with a stick when he gets home, I will. Till then, unfortunately, whatever it was he was doing this morning, he ain't returned from. I haven't seen hide no hair of him since he left. He said,
Inside check.
yeah, what, there you go, 13.
I'll do one as well.
Sure. Go for it. Also a 13. So looking at her as she's like speaking to you definitely she's not in any way like avoiding eye contact with you, or kind of like her voice isn't like quivering or anything like that. You definitely do sense some sort of like resentment or vitriol or disappointment in her words, but she doesn't seem to be like being dishonest here.
All right. Well, not then. Right. Well, I suppose if you haven't seen him, do you know where he might have gone at this point?
She sort of like shakes her head and says, No, when I asked him when he left this morning, he said, Don't worry, Mum, I'm going off to change our fortunes. I've got something what will turn things around, I will, and off he went. And right as I was about to yell and nag at him, well, he disappeared out of sight. A couple of those buddies of his showed up. And he said, I didn't want to get involved. He said, little dangerous for an old woman like me. She says, but no, I don't know where he's gone, and I haven't seen him all day. But he says those them folks what he been hanging out with, seen him around town quite a lot when I've been visiting the markets, looking to trade. He says I think they've got their hands dug deep into them folks down there. Don't know what sort of agreement they got, but they come around and folks give them things and don't get what they deserve in return. Real scowling looks on their faces. He said, don't look too happy about it, they don't. He says, I think a lot of folks around here bear a lot of resentment towards them folks. But if I were you, I'd keep it a bit on the down low, you know. You never know who's listening.
I nod, looking around a little bit, from the doorway where I probably am.
I said, would that it be? You go around asking too many questions, then boys what you're looking for might come looking for you. Just saying. And maybe that's to your advantage. Maybe it's not. What's an old woman know?
A lot, apparently.
Interesting. Yes, of course we have to keep it on the down low. Yes, of course. I look around and was like, well, if you see Gunther, tell him that we're looking for him.
Oh, sure, dearie, I'll do that. Right as soon as I clap him over the back of the ends.
Yes. Whatever is your prerogative, he says. And I will, I assume I've got the door back in place now, hopefully. I don't know. Do you need me to roll anything?
Make
Alexei, do you have the vending spell?
Yeah, I mean,
Let me check.
let's see here.
I don't have mending.
Why don't you
If
make
want,
a?
if you want, I could spend some time with my tinker tools and try and fix it.
If that would help.
Sure. I mean, why don't Alcool? Why don't you go ahead and give me let's just call it a strength check, and then Alexei can make a tinker tools check, and we'll see how well you manage to put this door back together.
Let's do this for.
All right, 16.
All right.
Alright, come on, Alexei. Boom.
All right. So.
Did you roll twice?
The first one.
Yeah,
the first one will
was
say just like I can use my tinker tools.
He's just showing off, rolling things when not asked to. So you fiddle around with the door for a while as this conversation is going on. Alquil kind of like holding it up and in place, as Alexei, you're kind of pulling out all these like various tools. You've got like you can see where the hinge is broken. You've got like a little bit of like soldering wire, and you're like heating it up with your like little like fire spell, like heating it up to like melt it and try to like solder the door hinges back together. And you get it to a point where it's like serviceable, but it's probably gonna break again relatively soon. The structural integrity of the door frame isn't exactly phenomenal.
There we go. There we go. So
I have a feel like this is suffering from a more intrinsic problem, and this won't really help that much.
this is like, bandages are better than bleeding. I say. And I'll turn back to the woman and says, just like, thank you for your time. Sorry again about the door. And we'll hopefully find Gunther soon. All those other fellas.
And she says, right, well, I hope you have luck getting your bag back, dearies. And he says, and if you do see Gunther, you just smack him on the arse and send him on the way back home. Bleeding donkey.
Certainly will do.
She says, well, good day to you lot. If you don't mind, I've got some cleaning up to do.
Yes, of course, I say, and then I will turn around and leave.
Good day. Aquil, do we still feel like we're in a hurry for this?
Technically, yes. So as fast we find the bag, the better, before they spill its contents and scatter to the wind.
I only ask because a short break would benefit me greatly.
Right, yeah, well, I suppose that wouldn't be amiss. Gather our thoughts and such. So I look around, so I see if I can find like a nice little place, a little bit off to the side where we can sit down and have a short rest.
Oh yeah, there's a little place off to the side where there's like there's some like cardboard boxes that have been piled up around a metal drum. You're not really sure how they got the metal drum, but there's like a little fire in the metal drum, and there's like somebody sleeping there, but he's fine. Yeah.
Certainly, yeah. Let's just walk over there and have a seat.
Yeah, so you sit around the little drum fire over to the side, and nobody really seems to like acknowledge you or tell you like, "Oi, shove off." A lot of people just seem to kind of just like sit or hang out wherever they will. Yeah, you sit down and there's like this weird like fog that like obscures your vision for a moment, and then like all of the people around you have like subtly like moved position.
Yeah.
Is this Dark Souls or?
Yeah, it's Dark Souls Bonfire.
Okay.
It's many games.
Yes.
Yeah, so you like sit down. There's like you see like a rat kind of like scurry around the barrel through the flickering flame, and then kind of like crawl off into the darkness in a hole in somebody's like home or something. And yeah. You can see kind of people milling about. And I guess you guys want to sit down and take a short rest.
Yep.
All right.
That is the plan.
So you begin to.
Are you allowed to change your prepared spells or on a short rest, or is it only a long rest?
Only long rest.
Only a long rest. Yes.
I want to also make sure that I'll make sure that everyone's money pouches and stuff haven't been taken.
Yes, I will check my things as well.
It's all still there.
All right.
Good. Be right back. Let's go through it.
All right.
Alright.
So you guys begin to sit down and take a short rest. Let me see if anything interesting occurs as you attempt to do so.
The swamp monster is back for revenge.
Yeah, and Otyug comes bursting out of a nearby hovel.
And
And
Alexei
he's
rolls hit die
angry.
before it's cleared.
Yeah, you fool. Something could have happened. I mean,
Oh yeah.
nothing does, but it could have. It could have.
Fucking moron. His power goes out at the start of the session. He's just gone.
Yeah. While you guys are short resting, how about you all roll me a perception check?
Okily dokily. What the fuck?
You rolled a 2.
Yep.
It's still got a 10. No, this seems like it's gonna be a long affair. If he's gotta call the power company.
He's calling the power company.
This is yeah. This is gonna be like a he's gone for a while kind of thing.
This has
I
happened
would
a
have
lot in
preferred to roll a
Scandinavia.
1, actually.
Oh,
So if I roll a 1, I can re-roll it with lucky.
Oh yeah.
But you could roll another one on the reroll.
Yeah, of course. Which would be the most likely case.
Yeah, it's just statistically likely.
Yep.
There's like a 90% chance of that happening.
Do these power cuts happen a lot in Scandinavia, Mike?
No.
What's the weather like where you are, Mike?
Wet.
Same.
Gray.
Same. I feel like we bonded. Having
Don't.
the same weather.
Bond somewhere else.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, do your bonding somewhere else. I don't want to
someone
bond
to-
with you.
I just want someone to love me. I have a Tinder match. Let's see if this person will love me.
No, they won't.
It's gonna unmatch that
Oh,
individual
I'm-
right away.
Pretty sure that's a misclick, right?
It must be, yeah.
It's like, ooh, this girl's got a cute. Oh no, that's not a girl. Jesus Christ. All right. So we're just waiting for Thor.
Yeah, we're waiting
Yep.
for Thor to get back. Don't know why he wouldn't be RB. It's a short
So we can
rest.
roll
Doesn't take that
hit
long.
dice. What are the icons on Alcohol's token?
Oh, they're like buffs that have worn off at this point.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and who is going to have Lucas's companion card?
What is the card? PC companion cards. Lucas Barnard. I don't really feel I have any use for him. That would be okay for you, I think. Alco. No, Alexei. You score a critical hit against
Yeah.
target with a dice roll 19 to 20. It's only once per encounter, but still.
You heal for 11 hit points when it dies. Oh.
The passive is better for Alquil, though. Unless he already has a +1 weapon, I don't know. He probably does.
No.
Okay.
He
That
may
would
or
be
he may or
decent.
may not actually charge you for this later.
Yeah. Let's see what I can turn into at CR10.
Yeah, I'll ask for if he wants Lucas or if I should take him then.
We will see. We will see. So I'll swap over to the. Guess this is a break.
Yep. So yeah, I woke up at 11 when my alarm went off. Then I was like, oh, I better get up, and then I fell back asleep.
And I'm back.
Classic.
Hello, 4.
Hello.
All right, Thor. You can take your short rest. Roll
Right.
any hit dice or anything that you want, and also roll me a perception check.
All right.
And also, do you want the Lucas companion card, or shall I take it?
I would very much like to have it if everyone's okay with it.
I don't want it.
All right.
5. I'm gonna use one more. Yeah.
So you guys sit down for an hour, gathered around this fire, just sort of talking amidst yourselves and passing the time by. You can see kind of like people coming and going as they will, and you guys are sitting for a while, and then eventually, after you feel rested enough, you sort of stand up and begin to walk away, continuing towards wherever it was you were going, and at this point, as you're like standing up, Alquil, you notice that sort of somewhere from there's like a strange, like, you hear like a sound of something like clattering behind you, and you turn like just in time to see what looks like this sort of rather like large rat scurrying through a pile of trash and like down over the edge of the ledge that you're currently on.
Okay. I turned around and I walked towards where the rats went.
Yeah, so you walk over there, down in between like a small gap between a couple of these like shacks. You see there's basically like a pile of rubbish that's been like piled up on top, and looking down you can see there's like see the roofs of like shacks built on the next ledge down. There's like kind of trash and debris like strewn among them, and you just sort of like see down into this kind of like dark little like almost like alleyway that like runs behind these houses, and there are a large number of rats kind of like scurrying amid trash there.
Right.
I'll go with him, by the way.
I mean,
Yeah,
he literally walked like 3 feet.
I walked 2.5 feet.
I look.
I walked 2 feet.
I look down that way and it's like rats. I say, ship Rethnor was full of rats back in the Icewind Dales. Sort of like say half loud to myself. I'm look around like do any of these rats seem to be acting like unnatural like?
Not so far as you can tell. Well, yeah, obviously you're not like a rat expert or anything, but
No.
none of them are like, standing up and like tap dancing or doing anything like super weird, right? They're scurrying about. You see like some of them start like digging through trash, and like both of them grab the same piece of like rotted bread and like start like snarling at each other and basically like having a rat fight.
Right. Fuck, I wish I could use ritual spells as paladin, but sadly that is not the case. Ritual spells. Anyway.
I can ritual cast.
Yeah, but do you have speak with animals?
No.
They're useless to me. I'm this way is as good as any, so I'm just gonna start walking through this alleyway.
All right. Well, like I said, you're right at the end of the ledge, so you'd have to
Oh.
jump down. Like,
How far down is it?
I mean, it's like 15 feet. It's not a
Okay.
huge fall, but
Yeah, no. Let's walk around down. Find a way downwards.
all right. So you begin to find a way down and around. As you're kind of like walking through the street, you do notice like now every so often you'll see kind of rats like scurrying about, and like at one point a woman like almost like is like stepping and like she kind of like gasps as like a rat like almost runs out and like kind of almost like trips her up. As you're like walking by, you kind of like hear her like muttering to herself like, bleeding rats, where'd they all come from? There never used to be this many rats rummaging about. Rat catcher's been lazy. She's just sort of like putting herself back together and kind of like continuing on.
No, they count as monstrosities, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'll continue on walking around, looking around, keeping an eye out for any rats that might be following us or.
Yeah, so you're walking around like keeping an eye out. But as far as you tell, like anytime you do see like rats kind of around, they're sort of like you see them in your peripheral and like they like scurry away. And like there's no obvious way to tell if any of them are actually like following you. But you don't really get that impression from it. It's not like there's, you know, like you turn around and there's a rat kind of like following you. No, it's nothing like that. It's just like every so often as you're like walking through the town, you see them like scurrying in your peripheral vision. Yeah, so you kind of like make your way through the people down to where there's another way down to the next ledge. You make your way down there, and you can see there's quite a few people. You're actually at this point you've once again found yourself like relatively close to where the sort of quote unquote market is, on sort of like the second ring across from where the Beggar King's like hovel was. You can see like you can like you're not there, but you can like hear the people basically like shouting and like, you know, calling for trades and, you know, trying to you know, peddle their wares, as it were.
Yeah.
All the while keeping a lookout for any like fishy or suspicious figures kind of like following after you, and rats and whatnot, and nothing really screams out to you as of yet.
Let's see. Oh yeah. James. Actually, you can probably take Lucas because I forgot I already have Briork on me.
Yeah, I get Lucas. Now he's gonna charge me for all his services.
Yes. So, yep. Right. Fucking rats here. And I'll look at her like around, and I'll look to it like Alexis is like, you remember ship Rethnor back in Icewind Dale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Says they. You remember Slim and his ilk, what they were?
Yes.
It's just like, well, I don't know if you've been listening or keeping an eye, but there's a lot of them around, and according to some we've passed, there seems to be more of them now than there used to be.
Where are you going with this, Alquill?
It's just like, it's just like, what I'm saying is, the rats might be dot dot dot.
Just kinda
Catch my drift.
Just kind of looks at you blankly and is like, I mean, they could just also be rats.
It's just like, so many of them. It's just,
This is a sewer.
it's just like, what's that mean?
We don't have those back in Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
It's just like, all right. Well, back 9 years ago, in the Icewind Dales, we dealt with a crew of pirates, ship Rethnor, same ship that stole our bank. Says, their crew was compromised of normal humans and humanoid sure, but also a pack of were-rats.
Oh.
Yes. They're sort of like
People
you,
that
only they
Turns
they can-
into rats?
Yes.
Hmm.
And only get hurt by silver or magic, I say.
But like I was saying, this is a sewer. They're probably just rats.
Oh. Again, you're using that word.
It's a sewer is a construct built underneath a city for waste disposal. And it's often home to rodents. And looks around people sometimes as well, from the looks of things.
It's just like building a waste disposal underneath the system. That seems wasteful.
Well, there's just I'm not debating the merits of a sewer with you. The point remains that this is one.
Yeah, why don't you? Can you give me an intelligence check, Alexei, too? Let's see. Maybe you.
Give me the history of sewers, Brad.
The history of sewers, yes. So looking around, Alexei, just from like what you've seen, around, it's obvious that this is indeed like it's a sewer network. It was constructed as such. However, it hasn't actually been like used that way in a long time. It looks like these it almost looks kind of like ruined, run down, the remnants of something before. Definitely like this doesn't Luskin doesn't actually use this at all.
Great.
It's just something you pick up.
But yeah, but I suppose then as she looks around, she will say it's like, although it doesn't look like the sewer is actually in use, so very strange. The rats could just have remained here from the time when it was in use as a colony, but
Just-
hmm,
But according to some we've passed, there seems to have been more of them now than there used to be.
yes.
I the closest rat suspiciously.
Oi, what you want? I'm just walking here.
Grab sword.
Oh no. Just sort of like it gives you this like curious like tilt of the head look and then just scurries away.
Yes. Certainly, curious tilt of the head. I want to you and your wily tricks. Fuck, we need to get a bunch of cats in here. Alexa, do you have a spell for conjuring cats?
Conjure
I
cats.
can be a cat.
Afraid not.
I can be a big cat.
Yeah, well. At any rate, let's see if we can find any more information about ship Rethnor. Right, might as well just ask around. No use being paranoid over every little vermin, I say.
Yep.
And I look around for the closest person. I says like, I say to the others, others here, it's like it's time to chum the waters.
Yeah, so you like look around and there's a few people like around. You can approach any one of them.
Yep.
You maybe you look for one that looks a little bit less like busy. It's just kind of like standing around, like milling about. He's as you come up to him, he's off to the side, he's got like hands in his pockets, and he's like squatting down, feet flat on the ground, just kind of like eyeing people.
Oh, it's just like, good day to you, sir.
You like walk up and say that. He's like, ah! And kind of like falls on his butt, and he's just like, oh, startled me there, governor. He says, kind of like looks up at you. He says, oh, impressive looking. He said, what can I do for you? He says, just a simple folk, got nothing fancy.
It's just like, sorry about startling you there. I'm looking for a man named Gunther. It says we checked back at his home, but he wasn't there. You wouldn't have happened to have seen him today.
He said, Gunther. Lot of folks what are named Gunther. He says, he says, oh, I think he kind of like looks at you a little bit closer, and he's like, you them folks what were prowling about in the beggar king's house. He says, looking for Gunther, are you? He says, nay, I haven't seen him. I have. He says,
all right. Have you perhaps seen, from my understanding, that there's been some new folks coming in lately. Not us, I guess you're too, my group. So it's like, rough-looking sort, wears a lot of leathers, a lot of knives. It says, you wouldn't happen to know where I could find any one of those?
He says, new folks, lots of streamer new folks coming in time to time. He says, rough looking though, leathers, you say. He says, I reckon I might have seen one or two of them come by. He says, what's it to you though?
It's just like
friends of yours, acquaintances.
Acquaintances of sorts. I have to inquire them about some information that they might have.
He says, information. He says, curious, coming down here for information. He says, fortunately, much as I wish I'd had that information, I haven't seen any of them around lately. They sort of keep to the shadows. Says, always watching they are, though. I seen folks what talk bad about them. Well, boy comes from bouncing out of the shadows like he was always there. No one ever sees from where, but they round up folks what don't appreciate them and re-educate them. He says,
I see.
He says, folks are understandably right proper scared to talk ill about our fine visitors. New folk, yeah.
I nod. Says, looking around, and says, like, might have something to do with the recent rat problems, I say.
Well, he says, well, I don't know about that. It is a bloomin' sewer. There are a lot of rats around. He says, well, yeah, them new folk, they came up to me one time, promising all this glory and treasure and all that nonsense. And I said, Governor, I've no use for your treasures. I just wish to make my living here and simple life, as it were. And, said Bish Bosh, and they were on their way. And he said, I could smell trouble coming. It smelled like trouble.
I nod.
You sure
I
about
see.
proper sewer?
He says, now that you mention it, yeah, it might be.
God damn it. Well, if you do see those fellas, tell them Alcohol Redmond was looking for them.
He says, I sure will do. Yeah. And if they do come looking for you, Mr. Red Moon, I said, where is it I might direct these fine folks, Doesn't do much good to leave a message like that without, sending them on their way.
I says, like, true enough. I says, well, if they come looking today, I'll probably be around town. I says, if they come looking later, direct them to the what was the inn called again? It was something like Mermaid's Rest or something. That one that we have uptown.
It was the Sea Bitches Rest.
The sea. Direct them to the Sea Bitches Rest.
He says, I reckon I don't know where that is, but will do, Governor. If I see any of them shady types in leathers walking about while I'm squatting here on me corner, I'll let them know, I will.
Thank you, I say. And hope you have a good day further.
And he says, right good day it is, right good day already. And he says, I'm already quite interested. Normally I just squat here on this corner and watch the rats scurry on by and keep track of folk, but he said, it's made this quite an interesting day indeed. Red Moon.
Nod. And then I keep on walking.
As we kind of walk away out of earshot, Alexi will say, that guy was kind of weird, wasn't he?
Look, it's not my place to judge what folks get up to.
Haven't all of them been?
Just like, I mean, in all fairness, a lot of people would look at us and say we're quite weird.
I guess.
Anyway, let's rinse and repeat for the next person.
So you just look around for the next closest person that's not doing anything.
Yeah, walk a little bit out of eyesight.
Sure.
Perhaps the other guy.
Yeah. So you find the next person. Maybe stop them and ask them similar series of questions. As far as just kind of pulling people over and asking questions that you see at random, you get a lot of the same kind of responses. They're vaguely aware, but none of them have ever really seen they've heard of these folks. They might have seen them once or twice, but they never really see them around, except from time to time somebody badmouths them and they just sort of seemingly come out of the shadows. They you stop one person and they say the only time they ever really see them is if they're when they're stopping at the markets. Occasionally they'll see them roughing up one of the vendors, quote unquote, not really a vendor, traders as it were. But for the most part it seems like their presence is, you get the idea that their presence is very heavily felt. It isn't really seen per se. Almost like this sort of force in the background, exerting its will over the town, while staying out of sight. No one really knows how they get around. They just seem to show up wherever they need to be.
I see.
Yes.
So, thank those people for the information as I go about. I'll start making my way, like keep at it, but start making my way towards the markets.
Sure. So you begin to make your way down towards the market, descending down another level, working your way through an area of town. And I think at this point, Nibelung, you certainly notice this, that as you're making your way the through the town. There's always been this sort of like kind of like steady like presence of people either like milling about or sort of making their way somewhere else in the town. You begin walking through this stretch of the town that is mysteriously like empty. Like you notice the lack of people around, and it's very like quiet.
Guys, hold up.
Holding.
Like, do I get the feeling that something is wrong, or that?
Yeah, it seems like strange from what you've like seen before. That for the most part, people just kind of like come and go, walking and going wherever they like please or wherever they need to. And you never during your whole time here, you never really saw a section of town where there was just nobody.
It's a bit quiet here. Too quiet. Where are all the people? I got a bad feeling about this.
Yes, I say. Looking around, listening is just like. Seems they finally decided to come. I say, and I get my sword ready to be drawn. Just be on guard.
And you all hear this sort of like squeaking noise coming from somewhere behind you.
I look.
Right, you look.
Yes.
We ignore it and walk forward.
So you all turn around and see this rat sort of like standing there in the center of the street. There are like a couple of other rats, and as you like turn and look, they like begin to scurry away, and coming from behind you, back where you were like walking towards before you like turned to look at this noise. You hear like a deep kind of gravelly voice, and he says, well, he says, come to understand you've been asking questions what shouldn't be asked around here. And he says, as this voice kind of as you hear this voice, you notice out of your sort of like peripheral vision, you see what looks like cloaked figures sort of like appearing out of the darkness of nearby like alleyways and emerging from homes off to the sides.
All right. I look around and it's just like, ship Rethnor, I presume.
And he says, perhaps. What's it to you, though? And he says,
it is my understanding that you might be in possession of something that does not rightly belong to you. Says, taken by our mutual friend Gunther. Says, a bag belonging to one of my friends. I say, sounds familiar.
and he says, sound familiar? Not really. He says, what does sound familiar is the sound of folks coming around and poking about at the rat's nest. And he says, if I were you, I'd quit asking questions, turn around and go back from whence you came. Nothing for you here, Governor.
Sadly, that is not. I'm afraid that can't be done. We need the bag, or at the very least, the black ice inside. You folks should be familiar with black ice. Corrupting qualities, bad stuff. that they keep. At least the ones that were in Icewind Dale 9 years ago. So if you would be so kind as to cough up the black ice and the rest of the bag and its contents, says we can take it and we'll be on our way, and you can go back to harassing the locals.
He says, I don't think you understand how this works, Governor. He said, you're not the ones threatening us. We're the ones threatening you. He says, now,
Says,
as if you don't quiet up and go back from whence you came, well, things are going to have to get a little bit violent here. And he
it's a bit
says,
hard to feel threatened by somebody who hasn't even the decency to show themselves.
He sort of like chuckles at this, and he says, perhaps, and he says, and you hear like a deep, like shrill, like whistling, and he says, all right, boys, maybe we should show them what they're dealing with. And you see like a number of like cloaked figures kind of emerging from nearby like alleyways, behind you, to the sides, in front. All of them sort of like coming out to surround you. There are a few that appear to have crossbows of some sort. They are standing on like the rooftops or like the ledge up above you. And there are others sort of like emerging with short swords drawn. It's hard to get an exact count of them, but there looks to be maybe about like a dozen of them or so. You notice a few of them are like cloaked and hooded. You can notice like leather straps kind of across their torso, and there are others who appear to sort of be wearing like ragged clothes. They have like big, bushy, like untrimmed beards, and they're sort of like clapping together like they're sort of like thrown together version of like a billy club in their hands.
Right.
And let me just see here.
Oh wow.
Here we go. Here they are.
And so, like I said, the walkways.
Wow, nice hobo pictures.
So the ledges were about yay big. So there's basically like here.
Let us kill some bear rats. Da, 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 da.
Indeed.
Huh?
Indeed.
Da, 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 da.
I don't get it.
Nah, it's
Whoops.
I'm just listening to a song.
And I'm perfectly fine not getting it.
You're perfectly fine, not what?
Not getting it.
Alright.
Okay, so it's 3 versus what? 60? 80 people?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Close enough.
Don't worry, they probably only has like 1 hit point each.
He says. All right. So.
Yes. So.
And
So
yeah,
what are
so
these-
they emerge, and he says, there, you see now, we've gone and shown ourselves. He says, so what'll it be, eh? Gonna shove off and go back where you came from, or are we gonna have to get rough?
I look towards Lucas, who's unfortunately not here to reply how strongly he's feeling about this bag.
I assume that he makes a very strong comment.
I assume that he wants that bag very, very badly.
Give me my bag!
So it's just like, it's just like looking around. What are these lines? Are they like rooftops or what's? Oh,
They are just like buildings and stuff.
okay. And these like long ones.
So that's like the boundaries of the ledge, like that you're currently on.
Okay.
Um,
And this is like above or
yeah,
below?
it's 15 feet up.
15 feet up. Okay. And this is
And
like the houses
obviously
on the
this guy's
side. Then.
not. Yeah.
Okay. Cool, cool.
Here. This guy's over here.
So guys, how ballsy you were feeling?
Well, I guess we need to get that bag, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
we feel big ballsy.
Yeah. All right. Big balls then. Go hard or go home, as they say. So.
Yeah. I like balls, guys. Let's do this. Wait, what?
So I look around and it's like, wow, would you look at that? Rats came out after all. I say,
Hey.
Again, it is still a sewer. They probably weren't all these guys. A lot of them are probably just rats.
I like it was. Look, I was I was being metaphoric. Never mind. You know. Towards these. Towards ship Rethnor. And so it's like, right. Well, I do only have one thing left to say if it's going to be this way. When you see, when you see Slim, and I pull out my sword, give him my regards. And yeah, we're doing this.
So currently my transmuter stone is proficiency in Constitution saving throws.
Martin, why did you have to disappear on us?
Because the power
His
company
power
fucked
went out.
him.
Sabotage. No, I didn't add any of these turns.
We all had the same idea.
But, yeah. We're all begging for help.
TPK. He's already screaming TPK.
Nah, don't worry, guys. We got this.
It's like you said, they all have 1 health anyway, so.
Yeah. We just need to take 5 guys each.
Yep.
And by that I mean, you have to take 7 Nibelung, I have to take 8.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I wonder how Morton's schedule is going to pan out when he becomes a father.
Yeah, who knows?
All right, so as you say that, the guy just sort of like shrugs and says, rather unfortunate then, we'll have to be throwing your corpses in the reservoir with the rest. And he says, get 'em, boys. And they begin, the battle commences. You
Blue
can
rats.
see these folks sort of pull back their hoods, and you can see they are already kind of like in this sort of like hybrid were-rat form, strapped with leather armor and knives. You can see they have some of them have these sort of like cutlass-like short swords, and yeah, he sort of like squeals and he says, whichever lot of you kills the lot of them, we'll make you official ship Rethnor boys, ain't that right? And he says, now, let's see what you can do. And these rats appear to be sort of hanging back for the time being.
These rats. Alright. So these guys are up above us.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are around here. And that's a rat.
Yes.
You know? Hello. Silver sword in hand. And I'ma just green flame blade. The rat. Flame over towards the other guy.
Hmm.
Green flame blades. Oops. Forgetting how my macros work. Yeah.
All right. So
That's,
Amazing damage.
6 damage to the rat. Yay. And 9 damage to the other guy.
All right. So you run over towards this were rat, the one who had been speaking to you. Swinging your sword, he dodges out of the way a couple of times, but you manage to sort of like step in, closing the distance, and swinging your sword down. The flames leaping over. As they do, you watch they leap over to this like ragged-looking guy with the club in his hand, and his clothes like light fire, and he just like drops the club like, trying to pat out the flames, screaming in pain, and you just watch as his body just like burns up, and is just like charred, and collapses to the ground.
All right. Yeah, I don't need to. I can use concentration spells again. Hooray! So you know what? I'm going to do this. Oh.
All right.
You haven't had a good track record with that spell.
Look, I can't fail the base DC anymore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So at this point, it is then the commoners. They are going to come running in. Like so. Okay. All right, cool.
Neeby.
So they come running up, many of them towards Nibby, one of them towards Alexei, and a few towards Alquil. And they sort of, one of them sort of like looks at you, Alexei, and it's just like, he's like, real sorry about this, lass, but he says, that golden treasure, it'll do a lot towards making my lot in life a lot better. And he takes his big club and like swings it towards you. So the first one against Alexei swings, missing wildly, and then the 3 against Nibelung are similarly sort of swinging a bit hesitantly, but doing so nonetheless. One of them, he rolls a 20 and hits you for 1 point of damage.
I yield. Please, no more.
And then Alquil, they are surrounding you, and they are all just trying to beat you with their little billy clubs.
Nope.
Does that 20 not hit?
Nope. My
No,
AC is
nice.
22.
Yeah. All right, and that's
Shield of
that.
Fate. Shield of Fate doing work.
Nibelung.
So,
Oh yes, and at this point the were-rat that had gone and was holding its action is going to fire a crossbow bolt at Nibelung.
Oh.
Now that he has allies within range.
Oh no.
So an 18
Yeah, it's
will hit you for 9 piercing damage, and
Sneak attack.
also take an additional 12 points of piercing damage.
okay.
Yes, and then it is your turn.
All right. I'd like to thank you all for grouping up. Makes my job a lot easier.
What's that supposed to mean?
So
It's fucking-
you just sort of like clap your hands together, conjuring forth the thunderous force, waving your hand towards these folks, and they are just blasted apart. Chunks of their like flesh ripping off from the force. They go scattering backwards and crash against the ground. All of them dead. Three more of these commoners slain.
Swell. And I'll use my bonus action. Wild shape. And let's do a. How high were these? Well, how high up were the rats?
These ones are 15 feet up the up the ledge.
Alright, I'll just do the usual then.
Snake.
Yeah. It's like 20 plus feet long, so I should be able to reach them.
Snakes do like eating rats.
Yeah.
What was that for?
Decent sized snake shows up.
Yes.
I will. Oh,
Move
wow.
up to.
Yeah, can I just crawl up there now that I'm so long?
You probably have to make like an athletics check to just like lift your like snake body up there, but you can like you're tall enough that you can basically just like attack them from down below.
Okay.
Don't you have a climb speed?
Do giant customers have climb speed? No, they have swim speed.
Oh, cool! You can chase him into the water.
Yeah. I'll just. I'll actually move to this one. No, that one is 1 feet away. I'll move to. I'll stay with the blue one,
Okay,
and that's it.
sure thing. All right, Alexei. There's a guy like a hobo there with a billy club, sort of just like swinging it menacingly towards you and missing wildly. It's kind of
Oh,
pathetic,
I really don't want to do this. Like, you've had a bad life. Sorry.
Yeah, so you just like reach out and like pat him on the shoulder, and this electric current just like rips through his body, and just like begins to just like taser shock him. You can see his eyes like rolling up in his head and his body like spasming as he like collapses to the ground, somewhat burning.
Remember that your melee attacks can be non-lethal.
Not
Oh.
magic though.
Magic can be, as long as it's a melee like attack, not ranged spells, not ranged attacks.
Oh well.
Oh well.
So these are houses, right?
Yeah, they're like shacks and stuff that are like built into the side of the
Are there entrances?
I mean, there's doors. Yeah, they're closed, but you don't think they probably have locks on them.
Go up. I suppose as part of my movement action, I'll open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Step in. What do I see?
You see an empty shack. Like, there's basically like a bunch of like household debris kind of like scattered around. Like you can see like a cooking pot and like clothes and stuff strewn about, but there's no like people or anything inside.
Wonderful. Then I'll go up to like the wall on the side of the door and take cover.
Okay. Very well. So next up, this is the main rat that was near you, Alquil.
The rat.
He pulls out this sort of like cutlass short sword, brandishing it. You can see as he's like sort of moving, he's got this sort of like bounce in his step almost as he takes two quick swipes at you with the short sword.
All right.
So the first attack against you misses. The second one also misses pretty badly. Just sort of like bounces off of your armor, and he sort of snarls as he goes in. You can see he opens his mouth, and he's got those large kind of front rat-like teeth, and tries to bite down on you,
All right.
which also misses. And then he is going to, as a bonus action,
Fuck
disengage
Fuck you.
and move. This way. Yep. All right. So, this rat here, well, seeing now that he can actually melee the snake, he is going to do so. So he pulls out his cutlass, swinging it twice at you, Nibelung. Missing, and then hitting you for 5 piercing damage. Okay, no, he doesn't. So he doesn't have the thing. So yeah, so that's it. You just take the 5 piercing damage, and then he tries to bite you, dealing an additional 7 piercing damage. And what is your Constitution modifier?
It's my snakes, which is +1.
+1. Okay. All right. Good. Next up is the green weirets. These ones have hand crossbows drawn. 2 of them, are going to fire down at Alquil. And 2 of them are going to fire at the snake. So we'll do the ones against Alquil first. 21 just misses. 12 also misses. Makes 2 attacks. Okay, yeah. So they okay, yeah. So they get 2 attacks, yes. So they both of them shoot again. Nope, they both miss. And then against the snake, 1, 2 from the top guy. Ooh, second one crits.
Do they have double crossbows?
They have hand crossbows, and they have multi attack. They can fire them twice. So he deals you 11 plus an additional 15 points of piercing damage. That sneak attack crit. And then the other one shoots at you. 16? Does that hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that deals 5 points of damage to the snake. And an additional 10 points of damage. And that is all of them. And then we are back over to this where we're at. Which he is going to come running over. Over like so. Yeah, so he's gonna come.
Attack.
He comes like running out, and then someone like shouts at him, and he says, "Saw one of them run into the building over there." And he is going to dash as a bonus action. And...
Hey, it's not that guy's turn.
It is his turn.
The guy who shouted to him.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Comes running up towards you, Alexei. Searching around the room and finding you, like, trying to hide behind the door or whatever. And he sort of, like, grins at you.
It swings in.
Yeah, and he just sort of, like, grins at you as he makes his attacks. So, short sword. 1 and 2. The second one will probably hit you, right?
They both hit me.
They both hit you.
Oh shit, you don't have mage armor?
No.
Fuck.
Don't you have the like shield or something?
And then he will bite you.
Yeah.
The bite misses.
Bite misses. So that's 17.
Yes, yes. And then
Oh
we
my
have
god, I can't.
Right. Ignoring the hobos. I'm gonna run here.
They will all swing at you.
That's 3 deadly attacks, bro.
Yeah. One of them might hit on a crit. Nope.
Then I'm going to Booming Blade. The one that's like tried to run away from me.
Okay.
So that's 9 plus 8. 9
Right.
slashing, 8 thunder.
17 points of damage.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Next, we have the
Almost.
hobos.
I still have 5 feet of movement. I will want to move in here. Just that's
Okay.
my law.
Haha, now you're trapped, stupid rat.
Like that. Now you're trapped.
There's still a corpse I can walk over.
Yes.
And, yeah, they start running up with their clubs. And the were-rat just sort of like shouts at them, and he says, "Bloody useless! You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Just distract him for me." And so they are going to. They begin sort of like haranguing you with their club and kind of like banging it in your face. Just
Their pocket sand.
just generally getting in the way.
Please, this is, it's a sewer. It'll have like pocket mucus or something.
Nibby.
It's throwing poop at you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. The sneak attack damage is kind of fucking me up a little bit, so I guess I will try to constrict the guy I'm next to.
Okay.
Get him down. Like, grab him. Get him down.
Yeah. Just plus 6. 16 to it.
The 16. Let me see. These guys are these. 16 does not hit. He ducks out of the way of the tail as it like swipes over him.
That's no bueno.
Hide yourself underneath the level. So he can't shoot down at you.
Is that a possibility? Am I too
I mean,
big?
it's a flat. It's like a straight up wall,
Ah,
so
okay.
it's not like there's not like an
Ah.
underhang or anything.
Ah.
I will. Oh man, this is bad. I'm gonna have to risk it. I'm gonna not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just gonna move here. Oh, which side is the door on to this building?
It's towards this side because the other side is like the back of the ledge. So
All right, I'm moving towards there.
okay.
Turn it up.
Yeah, he'll swipe at you with his cutlass.
Sliver.
Yeah, 10. So that's 3 damage to me, and my snake breaks.
Oh no, the snake is broken.
Yeah, my snake broke.
Should probably see a doctor about that one.
Yeah. And can I open the door?
Yeah.
I open the door and go inside and go around the corner.
Okay.
And yeah, that'll have to be, or I'll go there.
All right, Alexa.
Yeah, that's me then, I guess.
Eh.
Actually, wait,
that-
I have a bonus action. I'll healing word myself.
All right.
First level. 9 hit points.
Nice.
I don't know
But
if
yes,
Yep.
there's a guy in my face.
Yeah, I
Zap.
just need to get it.
Oh
get
my
away from
god.
A 10 will miss.
Rip. Oh, Quill.
All right, now this were-rat pirate is going to make his 3 attacks against you, Alquill, doing so at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you have? 22 or 23 AC?
22.
It's pretty tasty.
Shoot,
Yeah.
please, please, roll 20, roll 20. Okay, so 2 short sword swings. 1 and
Alright.
2. The first
That
one
hit.
hits. The second one just barely misses. The first hit will deal 7 plus 10,
All right.
and then he tries to bite you, which also misses.
And so that's 7 plus 10 is 17,
Mm-hmm.
which DC 10.
Yep. I'm not even gonna. I mean, why roll for something you can't literally fail? It's just
Because the numbers.
the
So
numbers.
it's tasty.
All right. This rat is going to scurry down the wall, platforming off of the like shacks and stuff built around it, and slide down to this level.
Parkour.
And then he is going to dash. It's a bonus action,
Oh shit.
and he says I think he went in here, and
No, I didn't.
I
and he
failed.
says, there you are, you little snake. And he spends his last 5 movement to come up to you. And he is going to swing at you. Short sword. And bite. I think only the first one hits you, right?
Yeah, first one hits.
So you take 9 points of piercing damage. All
I
right.
believe in you, Mike.
Okay.
Now it is the ranged combatants up above. They don't really have any targets left to shoot at other than Alquil, so here we go. Each of them is taking 2 shots at you, Alquil.
All right.
All right, the first one, miss. Second one, miss and miss. Third one, miss and miss. Fourth one, miss and miss.
Oh my god, that
So
AC.
there's just bolts. There's just like bolts flying all around you,
just
every which
peeling
way,
off their
bouncing off of your armor. Some of them impacting into the mystical barrier, like just shy of your face, but otherwise not penetrating your defenses. And they all like curse. Now this one was going after Alexei, so we'll continue to do so. Swings at you twice with the short sword, Alexei.
Yep.
A hit for 5, a hit for 6, and then tries to bite you, a hit for
Yep.
7. So you take 18 points of damage total. And what's your Constitution modifier? If you don't mind me asking.
Let's see.
It's 4, isn't it?
It's +4.
Yes.
I would have used my
And
reaction,
you have
but
proficiency.
I'm assuming
Yes.
there's a wall between us.
All right. Yeah, there's a wall. Like he's
Yeah.
around a corner. So that's that. Then we have Alquil.
All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to have use Briork, one of his spells, one of his range and axe, and I'm gonna use Fog Cloud, and I'm gonna
All right.
put it up here, like obscuring the vision of. So if I put it like here, essentially.
Okay, that's 20-foot radius, I believe.
Yes, it's a 20-foot radius, and everything within it becomes heavily obscured.
Yes, indeed.
We're back, just gonna pee.
Have fun.
Hmm.
So what are you doing for?
I'm using Briork's companion card ability to cast Fog Cloud here.
Yeah.
Are you
So
casting
I'm,
it up or down on ground level?
Can I put it in between, or is it? I have to look at
I
the
guess
spell
you
again.
sort of can, yeah. from a point, so.
Yeah, from a point. So like in between, so like I hopefully get all of them. Is my intention. All 5 of these people.
Yep. I think. Oh, because I don't have it enabled. How about now? Nope. All right, whatever. I was gonna try to do something fancy, but it didn't work, so fuck that.
If you Alright. And then I'm going to non-lethally Green Flame Blade. So I'm going to hit this guy with the main attack, non-lethally.
Sure you don't want to hit this guy here?
I'm going to hit this guy with the main attack. And have the flame spread over to this guy.
Okay, go for it. Yep.
12.
You clobber that guy over the back of the head with the sword, and then the flames splash over,
Yep.
dealing 8.
Well, my Steam library's freaking out.
5 fire damage to that guy.
Yes. The reason I hit that guy, specifically Jace, was because otherwise I could not non-lethally take him down.
Curse you and your weakness.
And also, it's easier to hit.
That too.
So the remaining hobos are sort of caught within the fringes of the cloud and cannot see too well. So let's see how they manage. Okay.
Double nat 20, come on.
You just sort of like hear them sort of stumbling about inside, and hear like one of them like shout like "Oi, what are you doing? Don't swing at me, swing at them!" And he's like, "I can't say nothing." And they're generally like seem to be confused. You see like shadowy figures in the fog. And that's that. So Nibby. You have a
Okay,
phone.
how big is this building?
So probably in reality it's just like a shack, so it's probably like maybe like 10 feet.
So it's not very sturdy?
No, it's like made of like driftwood and like rotten lumber, and like it's just kind of like put together.
He's gonna go to Rethnor.
Gonna try something. I'm going to turn into a giant toad.
A giant
Ooh.
toad.
Yes. And I don't have a thing for that. Let's make it a
Giant toad.
Toad, snake, same thing.
yeah.
Is that a large-sized creature?
Amphibious.
It is a large beast.
All right, so you have to like shift over a little bit to get enough room.
Actually. 39 hit points.
I think I know what he's doing. And I like it.
And I hope it works. And I'll make a bite attack against this fucking rat.
Okay. Go for it.
The 20 plus. Ooh, 4. Come on, please. Yes!
Yeah, you hit.
So that's crit. That's 2d10 plus 2
Plus 2d10.
plus 2d10 poison damage. So it's 4d10. I'll do the poison damage separately if you.
Yeah.
So there are 2d10. This is the piercing damage.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, yeah, so 14.
Yep.
2d10 poison damage.
That's 12, 14 piercing damage.
That's tasty.
And the creature is grappled. Until the grapple ends, it's restrained.
And I will try to
see
swallow. That's fucking rad.
20 poison damage.
You're
And
seriously.
solo is the toad makes 1 bite attack against a medium or smaller target. If the attack hits, the target is swallowed. Blah blah blah. It's in my stomach and takes acid damage at the end of the toad's turn, or each turn. So come on, please hit, please hit, please hit. Damn it!
Damn it.
I thought your swallow game was on point, Mike.
Apparently not.
Oh,
Oh, and he's not even half health. Damn.
Oh yeah. He doesn't. You can't actually make that swallow attack on the same turn. Anyways, so
Oh, really?
yeah, because it's not.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
say like the bite doesn't say and
Yeah,
it can
it-
do a thing.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't have a multi-attack or like the ability to.
Oh, okay.
So you just
It's-
have to
it's
retry.
too-
it.
I thought it was
too-
like
too-
the on cats where you can pounce and then make
Yeah.
a bite attack if it succeeds.
No, it would say in the attack. I'm looking at it now.
Oh well.
But yeah,
30
you basically
damage.
like he's still like grappled or restrained, so you still have him like bit, and like his legs are like sticking up out of your mouth as you're like trying to swallow him.
Wait, I did 34 damage to him and he's okay.
Whereas,
Fuck.
Let's
By
say.
the way, if you dealt half damage to something, my attacks in beast form are magical.
Your attack seems to deal normal damage.
oh, they're magical already. I thought that happened at level 5.
Six
Six.
levels.
Yes.
We are
Oh yeah, level 6.
You
Yes,
are
that's
level
true. We are level 6.
Yeah.
Have I remembered to update my Spirit of Firebrand? No, I have not.
Say.
Yet it's still in level 5 form.
I'm level 6. Alright, so yeah, I will cast my Arvia Curse You Lucas thingy on this guy and hopefully actually hit this time.
Okay. So Lucas lays his Hexblaze
Oh, no.
curse. Unfortunately, you miss.
Alright, I'm going down, guys. Good luck.
Should have mage armored.
I haven't had a long rest for ages. It only lasts 8 hours!
All right, so that's that. Next up, this we're at in the fog. The fog. Let me see here. Let's see if he's able to navigate his way out. No. So, he is unable to sort of find his way out of the fog. So he's just going to swing wildly at the space where he knew you were last. So he's making attacks against you at disadvantage. Any minute now, roll 20. Yes, I clicked the disadvantage button. You don't have to stop responding every time I do something like that. It really, really doesn't like when I do that.
Oof.
I don't know what it is about trying to switch to advantage or disadvantage or whatever, but anytime I try to do that, the sheet lags like a motherfucker. It's like I can't handle rolling 2 dice. It's too much.
It's like a bike that when you change gear on it, like chain falls off.
Short sword,
Ooh, fuck.
and bite. Ooh,
Jesus
close,
Christ.
close.
Wow.
So
19, 15, 18, 18, and 15, 20.
He hits you once for 9.
Yep.
That would have sucked without the disadvantage.
Yes, it would have.
All right, so this one is in the toad.
Blue.
He is going to start stabbing at the inside of the toad's mouth, doing so with disadvantage. So short sword attack,
Probably still gonna hit.
short sword attack.
Ooh!
And he
What's the-
bites
This-
somehow.
this-
I don't know.
Ah shit! It's 11.
The second sword hits.
He tries to bite the tongue that you have like wrapped around him.
That hits as well.
So you take a total of 12 piercing damage.
How much HP does this toad has?
39.
Ooh.
It's gonna be real weird when you transform back with a dude inside of you.
Well.
You know. So then it is the spies. 2 of them are completely blinded by the fog. Let's see if they can navigate their way out. No, and maybe, yeah. Because I'm lazy. So one of them manages to come stumbling out of the fog. Let's see which direction he did so in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he comes out like over here. Right. This guy, I mean, it's like a sphere, so it's like up a little base, so he can't really see. I think he's going to like go ahead and like slide down the wall with his movement, and dash as a bonus action to get a line of sight on you, Alquil.
Alright.
At which point he then fires at you with the crossbow. Pew pew.
No!
All right, he hits you for 3 plus 5 is 8 plus
I'm going down now,
14.
boys. I'm going down now, boys.
So am I.
So you go down. Breork takes an injury.
Yep. Breork takes an injury.
And
I was
Alcohol
go- I
is
was go-
down. He's down. It's over. It's over. The fight is over.
I was going to cast use healing hands, lay on hands. Shit. Bye bye, Shield of Fate. You served me well this time.
Okay. This we're at seeing Alcohol fall and emboldened by it is going to swing at you, Alexei. He's
Yep.
like, says the gig is up, lass. Might as well turn yourself in. We'll make it quick. And he's going to swing at you.
6. Against.
Once, twice, thrice. So 2 of those hit. You take 15 points of damage.
I guess, yeah, so if I cast shield, at least the bite won't hit me, so
Yep. That's true.
I'll do that.
Okay. So you
Here we
only
are.
take 10 points of damage.
Death counter goes ding.
All right. So that's that. Alquil, death save. All right.
This is where we hear the Discord ping and Morton's token showing up on the map.
Yes.
the,
Pew, pew, pew.
the classic. Let me see here. Okay. Cool. Cool. How did I word this? Believe magical, protected. Okay, cool. Nice. So then it is these commoners. Again, they're just confused and lost in the fog. And then we have Nibelung. Now you can attempt to
Alright.
swallow him.
Let's fucking do this. +4.
You have advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage.
I swallowed a motherfucker.
You might crit.
Okay. But I don't think
I mean,
that
it doesn't
affects
swallow
no,
doesn't
it
do
doesn't do
damage.
it,
Just
So,
yeah.
it takes damage on at the end.
Oh
of
no,
my
yeah,
turn.
it you make a bite attack, and if it hits, the target is swallowed. So
Yeah.
you still do the bite damage,
Oh,
and then it's
okay.
like an extra.
20 plus 4. Oh, definitely not.
So,
right.
you
Okay, so I
deal-
deal the bite damage now then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you still do the 2d10 plus 2.
Do I need to split the damage?
No, there's no reason to.
2, 10 plus 2. 8. Ooh.
Wow. But yes, he is now grappled, blinded, restrained, and inside of you.
Alright. Can I burst through the window or something?
Let me check the toad's strength. Yeah, I think you could probably just like come like bursting through the wall, like just leap through it, basically.
I smash through the wall.
For a bit.
Yeah, this giant
Yeah.
toad just like Kool-Aid Man's his way out of the building, which immediately which immediately just like collapses behind it into a pile of rubble.
And I see the chaos. I see everyone down or alcohol down. So I'm gonna jump into the cloud. I think. Oh no! Wait. Let's see. I have how much movement speed did that take me to get through?
I mean, like it was like, we'll say it was difficult. Well, kind of is difficult terrain, so we'll say it was like 10 feet.
All right. So I'll burst through, and then I do standing leap. The token jump 20 feet, without a running start. So I'll just
Yeah,
hop up there.
long jump 20 feet, high jump 10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. That does. You still have your normal constraints of movement, so you don't have enough movement to like leap up to that ledge right away. Like it can do those leaps, but it's still constrained by the fact that it has like a maximum
so
movement
the
speed.
jump 20 feet is 20 feet of my movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just means that you don't have to spend movement. You can just jump from nothing.
Okay. So that's from 25.
Need to get a bit closer.
Yeah.
Use the cloud as cover.
Yeah. I'll just get into the. I'll fully get into the cloud then.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn there, dealing damage to the person inside of me.
Is it at the end of the turn?
It's at the start of your turn, so.
Oh, the start. I thought it
Yep.
each.
Yeah. So that's you just wait until next round, and then he's going to take damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Goodbye, Alexei. It was nice knowing you.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat this
Alexei.
and I'm gonna fuck off.
All right. Do you think I'll hit this time, guys?
No.
You'd be right.
Damn it! I was trying to reverse psychology.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Are you
Three
out of
times
stealth
now.
buffs?
I've rolled like below 10. No.
Okay, you're just a
don't
bad
really have-
wizard.
Just don't have any like that would like help in this situation. I just kind of need to kill this guy.
All right, so you try to grasp him, but miss.
You don't have any escapes, no crowd controls, no nothing.
What would a crowd control do against this one guy?
Hold him in place and so he can't hurt you.
Oh yeah.
Haven't considered that.
All right, so this guy, having heard the thudding of the like heavy metal armor when Alquil hit the ground, sort of like shouts over towards the others, and he's just like, "Oi, you lot! Stop being useless! Tie him up!" And let's see if he can navigate his way out here. Nope. But he is still just blindly in the fog. This were-rat is he's just in a toad. He has like mega disadvantage. But he's still gonna try to stab you and get out. So you just have a bit of indigestion
Yeah.
as he's like stabbing into you. You take 7 piercing damage. And I'll say just because of the way he's like in there, he doesn't really have anything to like bite against, so he's not really gonna get his bite attack. But you are still alive, so he is still trapped within you. I mean, these guys can't really see anything. Nope, that guy's still stuck. I think they're just gonna start gathering around.
Nice target.
All right, Alexei. This way we're at. It's gonna get you this time.
Probably.
He swings normally. Come on. I know you can do it. Roll 20. I believe in you. I believe. All right, short sword.
Oh,
Would
I
you
can
like to
shield it.
All right, so you block that one with your shield. The second swing misses, and then he's angry and he tries to bite you, but that also misses horribly.
Oh my god!
I live.
Alquill. That's save.
Two nut ones. Wow. That guy's luck.
Girl, please.
No, the
All right, these
I
commoners
meant that.
begin rummaging around and trying to find Alquill to tie him up. All right, so it's the beginning of your turn. The guy inside of you takes the 3d6 acid damage.
Nine.
9. Large creature. Am I within melee of this guy in the smoke?
I mean,
Actually, it's disadvantage anyway and stuff like that. So.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can't see him,
it's-
and also it's 15 feet, so no, you'd have to jump up.
Oh god.
Help Alexei.
How?
Please.
How?
Attack this fucking guy.
How do I get to him?
Walk over?
There are people in the way.
Oh.
Leap onto the
Okay,
roof and crush the house and get
Yes.
inside of it.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No wait, I have erupting earth. I can't just kill everyone in that square, including my teammates. And if I go in the square, I'll go in the square myself, cast erupting earth on all of us, so everyone dies.
Nice. I approve.
Okay, I'll do the freaking leap and just. Can I land on Alquill, like on his square?
And not kill him.
There's not really enough room for you to like
No.
land because there's like creatures there. I mean, I guess you could like try to jump there and see if you can like shove the people out of the way when you land. Like you are bigger than them.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try to move the peasants out of the way. So
Okay.
I'm landing like there.
Move fucking hobos.
Go ahead and make a strength check. We'll just see if either of these guys can duck out of the way and.
Okay. Yeah, both
Okay.
of them do.
Yep. So they both like duck out of the way, so they get pushed back, but they don't suffer any like damage or anything.
God, there are 1, 2, 3. There's so many in between Alquill's turn, and I don't know if he's alive or not.
Yeah, you still have your action.
Shit, poop balls.
Attack that guy.
Why? He's not gonna die, and you can't hit.
I might be able to kill him, and if I do, that means I can heal. Goddammit.
Plus, if you hit him, he's restrained, and it gives her advantage.
Yeah.
All right, I'm attacking that guy then.
Okay.
17.
17. That hits.
Yes.
There is-
I don't know why you're always so averse to helping me, Mike.
2d10 plus 2. Oh, god damn it
Wow.
again.
So that's yep. He takes 8 damage, but he is grappled and restrained in the bite. Now,
Wait, that means I can move him, right?
you could, but you've spent all your movement for this turn jumping there.
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
jumped
20
about.
20 feet.
You only have 20 feet, so you jumped about 20 feet.
Is it from that square down there, or is it because I take up all these squares?
I mean, here's the thing: even if it was only 15 feet, you move at half speed, so you don't have enough speed left to drag him a full square. So
Okay.
it would be negligible movement.
All right, I've given you every opportunity to hit now.
Yep. There's absolutely no conceivable reason why I should still miss.
No.
All right, Alexei,
You're the best.
All right.
cast a
So,
spell.
since he's restrained, can he take opportunity attacks?
Yes.
He has disadvantage.
Right. Okay. Well, come on. I have advantage now. Let me click that button. Come the fuck on. Just die.
He's gonna die.
not even
You hit.
All right. So, I guess I get my bonus damage from Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an extra 7, so
Okay, yep.
15. And then an extra 3 from a various curse, so 18.
Yep. So you shock him, give him the good old shock.
Yep. He's still
Now
alive. I
he's
take it.
he's grabbed in the tongue and just like spasming wildly.
Yep. So I'll just walk back here because he doesn't have a reaction anymore.
Yep. Sure.
Ah!
Is there a window on that side? Jump out, save yourself.
There are very few buildings with windows here. It's all just like solid like plywood basically.
Just kick it down.
I've used my action. I can't. I will
Just huff
item
and puff.
interact. I will item interaction take out a healing potion.
Okay.
How's that? That's my turn.
Right, so this where we're at just sees the like big fucking like looming shadow that just appeared in the fog. He's like, what the hell is this? And he's gonna swing at it with disadvantage.
Doesn't matter.
Where'd this frog come from? So he hits you for 10, misses, and then the bite for 7. Still a toad.
Thank God.
Great. I have so much hit points. You're never gonna kill me.
I really hope you're being
This-
serious there.
So where we're at, that's inside of you.
Oh yeah, he can still attack me. Sweet.
Yep.
I wonder how this is going to turn out on when he breaks me from 4.
Oh yeah, he took the acid damage on the start of Mike's turn, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Oh,
He stabs at your belly.
Yeah.
Let me out.
Yeah, that's 3, and I break Toad, and I take
Alright,
4
so-
damage. And I explode because he's like 3 times my size.
No, there's just like a poof, and you know.
Red mist.
Well, first you vomit him up, and then like you
Yeah.
turn into a.
Stomach acid. Shit.
And he clatters to the ground. We'll say he's like prone because he gets like spit up.
You should have shrunk down into the obscured fog.
I mean, he can shrink down in whatever square he wants. I just put him in
Yeah.
one that didn't have a
I
token in it.
crawl underneath Alquil's corpse and hide.
Okay. So that's that. That's his turn. This guy is going to commence with the tying up of Alquil.
Fuck.
Tie. This guy no longer grabbed and restrained by the toad that doesn't exist anymore. Just gonna go after Alexei in the corner. And he's gonna attack you.
Oh,
I'm down.
You're down. Yeah. He just like walks up. You're like running back into the corner, like trying to get away, and he just comes up behind you and just like whack in the back of the head, like with the pommel of the dagger, and you just collapse to the ground unconscious. Or the short sword.
Yep.
Bleh. So he just knocks you out.
Yep.
All right. Duly noted. These guys. That. All right, Nibby.
Well, it was a crit, wasn't
what do you
it?
mean?
Can't...
What am I supposed to do?
It was a crit, wasn't it? You can't knock me out, so I have to do death saves.
Alright, I will. Let's just try and take some people with me.
Or run away. You've like just turned into a mouse or something.
I have no more shapes.
Yeah, he used both his shapes, remember?
Yeah, by the way, I'm just pressing this because I didn't before.
Alright.
Scheisse. How much is that? That is 3 of those.
Just erupting Arthas. It's fine.
I'm thinking about it. I go out on my own terms.
Yeah. You'll never catch me alive.
One more higher. Do this one instead. On the oh shit. Where's the pointer thingy? This square and like those squares in front of me, like to my left. I'll do this.
Underwear.
Okay, so you're blasting it like that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy he's add him to the pile of dead
Wilhelm scream.
boys.
One of those
Then-
is still alive.
Maybe.
I knocked him out.
It's a cone, like so. It's I aim like the cone. How is it?
It's not a cone. It's a square.
It's a square, yeah.
Oh right.
It hits all of them. So the spy. Nope, it's con save. Whoops. So I'll just reroll that.
Actually, it's a cube. 50-foot cube.
It's a cube. Okay, so he succeeds.
King 8.
The swashbuckler.
I mean 9. 9 damage. This one
He
fails. Take
fails.
19.
Takes 19. That actually knocks this one out. He is dead. Bleh.
Oh sweet.
We got one.
Okay. Bonus action. I will just in case you have stay. No, I cast a spell. I can't do healing word. Never mind.
Nope.
I'm gonna accept my death. No, actually, I'm in the mist.
Yes, you're in the mist.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do your freaking attacks.
I mean, they can't see you, so
No, at all?
it's
Yeah,
heavy
they-
obscure. So they
It-
cannot see.
it's basically like darkness, but just it's a fog cloud.
Oh, then I will only move.
You
one there.
you also can't see either, so you're kind of like stumbling around.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
All right.
Although maybe he did cast it slightly above the ground, so maybe you're like underneath the cloud, like scurrying about.
It's like
That's fine if you wanna.
fi-
Take your
fi-
attack.
find a hole. And
I mean, they
just,
can't see you. I'm just saying, like you might be able to see because you're like
Oh yeah, because I'm tiny.
you're small.
So
Right?
find a hole in the woodwork and just like crawl into.
I need to death save, don't I?
Nope.
He knocked you out.
But he crit, so
That's not. That was a custom rule. Before that is not.
oh okay.
There is no stipulation on crits or anything like that.
Right, okay. Didn't realize that was a home rule.
It was. So this guy, they're just tying up Alquil. He's pretty tied up at this point. That guy's dead.
Very tied up.
He's super tied up. They're just tying him up so much tying up. They also knock out Breork. At this point.
Ah, God damn it! I was gonna say.
Around Alquil.
Please give me a sheet to make Breork, but okay.
So yeah. That's that.
How long does the cloud last, by the way? And
1
hour.
Day after.
It lasts a long time. Yeah. It's just gonna be here for a while. And this one is tying up Alexei, and Alquil is yep, and the commoners are yep, and then it's Nibby again.
So are you ruling it that I can see underneath?
I mean, yeah, because he did because he wanted to get the guys up top, so he did sort of like cast it up off the ground a bit. So you can, I think you're short enough that you can actually like see underneath.
What to do? Yeah, I'll try. Maybe he's still alive. Healing word.
I'm also tied up.
Yeah.
So if like I'll be very useless.
Yeah, but what the fuck am I supposed to do then? Can I see in? Can I see in through the door?
Um,
Oh no. Well.
well, sorta, yeah. You can
So
like
can I
see.
on the Alexei?
I'd say yeah. You could probably like vaguely make her out. You could see like somebody like this were at like tying her up.
All right. And I know from myself, it's possible to cast things whilst being tied up. Certain things.
Certain things, yes. If she knows any of
Right.
those spells, you don't know, but yeah.
I'll give it a go. I'll do this on her. Healing word,
Alexei, you heal for 12.
and I'll
Thank
walk
you.
up. Which one of these rats looks the most hurt?
It's hard to say. The two next to Alquil have both kind of taken similar amounts of scratches, like relative to.
I can't kill them anyway, so I'm gonna just. This guy has to pay for everyone else's sins. And I'll attack this guy with that. And turn him into fucking mush.
All right, you just fucking just like cut through him and just with like acid claws and just like melt him, and he screams, and everyone's just like, "What was that?"
Nothing! No. Move over here.
Stumbling
Everybody
around.
is dead.
Yeah.
All right, Alexei, you're
Well, I wasn't
prone.
stumbling.
You're prone,
Like-
and there's like a were rat over you, like trying to tie you up.
Kinky. Kinky.
Cast something, please! You're a wizard!
I stand up. I think. Fine. I guess I'll see if I can third level Burning Hands him. How's that?
Yeah.
Set fire to this hut.
Precisely.
Burn
Oh, whoops. I didn't set it as third level, so I guess I'll have to roll an extra 2d6, won't I?
Yep.
There we go.
That's 1d6.
That's 1d6.
Oh,
There you go. So, 19.
plus. Well, it's also Lucas, so.
Your
So I guess, like,
your
another
attack
10?
your attacks deal extra damage.
Oh, right.
It's not an attack. So yeah, it is 13 plus 8.
So, 21.
Is
21.
All right, he is pretty badly burned, and the contents of the house as well as the shack begin to catch fire. The rat kebab man comes swinging in, and he saves the day.
Freshly cooked rat kebab.
This guy sort of like his gestures over towards the fog, and it's like, "You there, go investigate." While he is trying to lift up Alquil, but he's like, just like, "What do you stop standing there and help me?" But you just told me to go investigate. No, you go investigate. You go help me.
Yeah, because I'm 230 plus 220. Yeah, 450 something pounds.
With your
So this
gear?
guy
Yeah.
Holy shit.
moves into the fog
Ah!
and
He found me!
starts trying to like look around for you. Well,
Stumbling
he just
in.
went. He went towards where the yell came from.
Well, that would be this square.
And I think he notices your like shadow. He's like, "There you are." But it is a perception check to try to perceive you. So he is aware of your presence now. But he cannot act. As that was his action.
Alright. Okay.
All right.
Welcome
Well,
to the cat
this
and mouse
guy,
game.
this guy is just like, "What the fuck?" Stay dead and attacks you, Alexei.
5.
Hits you for 5. That one misses, and then hits you for 6. You're still up. You're 1
By
HP.
1 hit point.
1 hit point.
I mean,
The
unless you
one hit
want to.
wonder.
No, I don't. Yeah, you can't shield because.
Is she out of spell slots?
No, well, the 17 was still a
Right.
hit.
Yeah, yes. of
You can
course.
shield the. You just have to shield the second one, but. I assume he has spell slots for that. Seeing as he
James?
hasn't used any.
James is muted.
James is muted. Let me just check. I'll just do a quick look-see. He does indeed still have spell slots. So I believe he will elect not to die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he still has 1 hit points left, right?
Yeah. Well, no, if that attack had hit, he wouldn't. Oh, Morton's typing.
Oh, he only
Right.
has 12 AC, right?
Yeah. All right, Nibby. Nibby.
All right.
Discord is dead.
Spend another spell slot just to get them away from me. Let's do a level 1 of this. And I'll try to hit the green one and the blue one. Solely to push the green one away from me, pretty much.
I mean, you could hit all three.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
you
don't
could.
want to hit Alquill.
I mean, you can just put it off the ground a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
I'm
I'll
on the
do
ground.
that.
I'm on the ground after all, prone.
Yeah.
Blasting through the walls as well.
Yeah, I mean this building that is also on fire now is just like blasted. Well, I guess it doesn't actually hit the building.
Yeah, that's true. But the guy who gets slammed into it pretty soon.
Well, yeah, unless they save. Fail.
Fail. And then that guy
Big fail.
also fails.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
4 damage.
big damage. So this guy is knocked that way. He takes 4. This guy is smashed through the wall. He takes 4. The house begins to crumble, burning wreckage everywhere. This guy is blasted back and also takes 4.
Now he has another target for Burning Hands.
Oh, Alexei. Are you back? James.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna check if I have anything bonusy. Can do. Probably not.
Also, move around a little bit, Nibbles.
Yeah,
Nibbles.
that's I'm doing.
Alright, well, we'll see if
He'll be on a little bit of delay because he's gonna be using the stream to listen to us.
cool. From out of the shadows.
The summoning crystals breaks.
The summoning crystal. Oh man.
It makes him.
Also, he gets a short rest as well.
Yeah, Martin, we had a short rest,
Yes.
so you can spend some hit dice.
Probably just quicker to type it to him. Where you can actually like see it immediately. Where the hell is James?
Probably went AFK without saying anything as usual.
Yeah.
Go figure. He gave us the old Irish goodbye.
Must go eat BRBs, he said earlier.
Oh.
Could you,
Let's see. What does he have?
I could.
Just do the Burning Hands thing on because it's a 15-foot cone, right? Or something.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone. It would be able to hit both of them.
Yeah, just
however,
do some kind of
if you use some sort of attack, you would be able to get the plus 19 damage or whatever the fuck Lucas gives him. 7 plus
7
3,
plus
10,
3.
10. Yeah, 10 damage. So we can either shocking grasp for 1, or we can try to like do the burning hands, I imagine, or hold person. How many? If we upcast hold person, can it be cast to multiple people?
Yes.
Okay.
So he could get 2 with that.
He has invisibility.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. Let him use invisibility and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I like how everyone in this call is better at playing Alexa than James is.
Yep. So yeah, me and Mike agrees, right? Invincibility and get out.
Yeah.
Yep.
They still get attacks of opportunity, right?
No, they
Oh,
don't see him.
okay.
They don't see her. As long as they're not aware of her where she is, they can't, because they are not aware of her leaving their threat range.
Oh, okay.
So just invisibility and start running.
Indeed.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be killing these guys because they can't seem to get to me anyway.
Yeah, you are nefarious.
Actually, let me roll, because it's not really like wind, but it is like a blast of wind-like force.
Ah, crap!
So the
You mean the
thunder
thunderclap?
waves might actually disperse the cloud. And they are very similar forces. Okay, well, let me just open a different browser.
Just give me a chance to kill these guys.
Okay. The 2 lines to the. Fudge. All right. Yeah. These 2 lines here are a wall. Like, we're on a lower level, and there's a 15-foot wall that goes up to an upper level, which is where these guys are standing. This circle is a fog cloud. This is like a sort of like a, I wouldn't say alleyway, but it's like it was a street, and we were just walking down, and suddenly everything went quiet, and there was no people down here, and we were like, oh shit. And then these guys showed up and were like, oh yeah, you better piss off. And I was
They're
all,
buildings, of course.
yeah, all big balls. So these things, these rundown houses are like buildings made of plywood, essentially, driftwood. So we've already blown up one of them, thanks to a frog. This one is on fire and is also collapsing. Yeah, that's basically it. And the big circle is a fog cloud, which we can't see much. Though, like, right below ground level, Nib is able to see because he's so short, because I cast it a little bit high up. Well, not high, but a little bit above ground level, essentially.
Okay.
What?
The fog cloud is blown away by the thunder wave.
No.
I put it at a low chance due to the like it was a stretch kind of, so it was like a 10% chance, but I rolled a 3.
I didn't roll I didn't roll a
Yep.
3. Fuck.
Huh.
But Alexei goes invisible.
Well, so that happened when I did the thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And I was standing here, I think.
I think
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah.
She. Ooh, what can we get in? Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards Ferris. The Ferris, save me!
What the fuck?
Well, if the cloud disappeared, I would have used my movement for
Movement to
something
run.
else.
No, I'm saying I just saw like a spazzy amount of stuff.
Square movements.
So these were rats are just like, oh wait, where'd she go? Says, I don't know, find her. They start like looking around, trying to find her. These guys, now that they can see you, Nibby.
I'm back.
We had your turn came up while you were gone. We had a group discussion, me and Mike, and we decided to have you cast invisibility and run away.
Sounds good.
which you could have done at any point during any of the other rounds, but you sucked. So.
Also,
So,
Martin,
Nibby.
Nothing.
Crossbows.
Nah, I don't like that. 4, haha, that's outside of their first range increment. Damn it!
Morton's listening to us on Twitch.
yeah, he's listening to us through the stream because Discord is being a bitch again.
Wait, Nefarious has seen the Wanted movie, right? So he can do the thing where he shoots their arrows.
He shoots the
Maybe
arrows
there?
with his arrows, obviously. Yeah, of course. No. All right, so Nibby. That one hits you for 8 and 4,
Stop.
and you're down.
So the fairies is just like arrives. It's like, oh hey, the fairy is saved.
And then actually, let me just redo the thing because I think Nefarious is actually next. Yes, indeed. So, Martin, you're up.
I can hear you on Twitch.
Well,
we
yeah,
don't know
but there's
how
probably
big
like
the
a
delay
delay.
is. That's
So, yeah, you see several boys.
What the? This is fucking ridiculous. His power goes out. Discord's broken.
I mean, we would have won with him here.
I know. I
Yeah.
wonder if like fate is trying to say something here.
Saying that Nefarious is a hero.
They have crossbows, and they can fire twice. And they have sneak attack.
hand crossbows. Yeah, all of these have sneak attack, by the way, as far as we've been able to find out. That is why, like, I was able to tank for a while because of like 22 AC, but the moment they started hitting me, things went south really quick. For me.
Actually, it would be right there.
They have 2d6 sneak attack damage.
All right, so what do? You see 4 green targets that you can fire
Yes.
at.
Hail of Thorns.
Bonus action. And he's shooting
firing.
at that one. All right. Go for it.
Yes. Top left green man. That is bottom left on the screen, but top one compared to us.
Roll for the attack.
Discord is probably over there. Oh,
There we go.
19.
19 hits. Math, man.
Yeah, math. It's really hard.
Math.
You know what else is hard for?
My
so he
armor.
has to make a dexterity saving throw against the spell. So just do that.
Yes.
Uh,
And he also
probably a success.
He also takes the damage from the actual weapon attack.
Yep. So you can roll your weapon attack damage. He will take half of 1d10 from the spell.
Even before it's a 1. Favorite enemies?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you gain your favorite enemy damage.
Which is a d6, or?
Yeah, 1d6.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive. All right, and do the roll the d10 for the hail of thorns as well.
Are you okay? 4. 4.
Wow. Nice. Well, you get a second attack.
Big fucking hoof.
So go ahead. 13. That hits.
Okay, so the green people have an AC of less than 13.
You do. You only do the weapon damage. Yep. So, wow. Wow. 7.
Okay,
Cursed.
I'm sorry I cursed us. I take full responsibility for that. Sorry. My bad.
What did you
My,
do?
I said like when he Brad says like yeah he takes 1d like half of 1d10 damage. I said in before it's 1.
Oh, 4.
I jinxed us. I'm sorry.
This
My
guy
fault.
comes running out to see what all the hubbub is about.
Unfriend you on Steam and Discord.
And the fairies just
Oh, man.
And the Ferris is fucking off.
Ferris fucks off.
Yeah,
Classic.
the fairies came in, shot the attack, was like, nah. Turns around, walks away.
All right, Nibby, give me that. Give me that death save.
20.
Because you were downed by an arrow, so there's no non-lethal there.
Can the fairies dash the bonus action? Oh, they can, yes.
So I mean, they can probably catch up to him.
Yeah, they're basically rogues with lycanthropy.
Yeah.
All right, Nibby, death save.
Balls. 2. Yeah. Let's there.
Okay. Lexay, so you are invisible. You still have that healing potion in your hand that you pulled out before, and you've got a knife, right?
I have a dagger, yes. Why?
I mean, you know, daggers. They're pretty good at like cutting things, you know, like rope.
Mm-hmm.
And healing
I'll down the
potions are good at
potion.
healing things. All right, so you heal yourself. That is not a spell or an attack, so you are still invisible.
Wow.
You cannot run that way. That is over a ledge.
Wait, alright, so I was here.
Yeah, I know. You gave him a 1+1. but that is hard.
That is hard. All right, this rat's gonna come running out, see what all the hubbub is about. He sees the Nefarious kind of like running. So I think he's gonna wait for orders though.
That's fine. I see how it is.
These guys definitely know what's up though, so they are going to dash as a bonus action. So they are all within range of Nefarious. 30 feet, right? Yes, indeed. So, Nefarious, you are attacked 8 times by crossbow bolts. Your AC is 15. Cool. So, the first 2 attacks, miss and miss. The second 2, hit and hit. So that is 8 plus 7, which is 15 points of damage. Then the third and the next attacks, miss and crit. So that's another 9, and then the last batch, both of them miss. So you take 15 plus 9. You take 24 points of damage total. Luckily, they do not qualify for sneak attack against you in any such way, so you do not take any additional damage. And then it is your turn.
Just free Alquill. Go, Alquill! You're free! And it's just they're trolling.
Sec, he says.
Yes.
Fucking hell. Ugh.
Oh, he's back.
Mhm.
There
I
he
knew
is.
you'd like eventually return to us like half an hour before the end.
Potion plus healing plus knife. 1 plus 1.
Yeah, but you'd only get like a few hit points, and then all of them would just beat you up again, and that would be that.
Yeah, but it will take fire off the others. Plus, I have healing abilities.
Anyways, Morton.
Yeah.
Welcome to the slaughter. Take cover in the house. it has worked so well for the rest of us.
Hunter's mark on that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so roll d20 plus 9. Actually, plus 4.
An 11 will miss.
Yeah, the leader is looking pretty beat up. That's...
Okay.
So that's both your attacks there then.
Yes. Can I move 35 feet back?
I mean, you can, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just every round I just keep moving 35 feet back and like trying to throw myself behind walls and stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
Cover.
yeah, running, gunning
It's,
backwards.
they can move
I'm not-
60, so it's not really functionally gonna
Yeah,
do much.
I'm not retreating. I'm just advancing in another direction.
Yeah, they're gonna catch up.
Like this one's going to look down at Alguil and at Nibby and just sort of points to this guy, says some words, but nobody's close enough to hear him, and he is going to chase off this way. All right,
could kill
another death save from Nibby.
Not 20. Not 20. Not 20. Not 20.
All right, Alexei.
All right, I'm coming for you, Alquill. All right, so out of interaction, grab a healing potion. I've got one left, and I'll just dash over here. That's my turn.
Okay. This guy, unaware of what's going on, is going to go over here and start trying to tie up Nibby.
Try to start what?
Tie up the bit. Tie up the bit.
Okay.
Right, these guys chase after Nefarious and then fire off. I'll say you manage to like find some cover, so you'll have an extra +2 on top of your normal AC. So they fire at you. So those miss. That one hits you for 4. That will miss with the bonus, and that misses as well. And then the last 2, one of them catches you for 7, so you take 11 points of damage total from that volley.
Oh, that's wrong. Would have been nice though. Would have been nice.
Yeah, would have been nice. And then it is your turn.
Run.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Run 35 feet, turn around, and does that hit?
Are you still shooting at the same guy?
Yep.
Yeah, that hits.
Are you an archer in Age of Empires?
Yes.
Are you sharpshooting?
Yes, I am. That's why it's +4 instead. Because fuck these guys right now. I need to take them the fuck down. Plus, what is it? 4 or 6. So
It's
No, it's
Alright.
remove the second D8.
It's a D6.
Either way,
roll.
21. He is dead.
Oh yeah, that was the damage instead. Anyway, it's the
Bonus
same
action move the
damage.
hunter market.
Yep, bonus mark, move the hunter's marker to this guy, and repeat. Does that hit? Yes, it does.
It does, yes.
1d8 plus. Do I get the favored enemy bonus attack on this guy too?
No, it's once per turn.
But you get the hunter's mark.
Yeah, I know. Plus 16. Just die, everyone.
Alright, you deal 19 points of damage. Not bad.
Just die, everyone. Die.
Just die, everyone.
And I'm just gonna go double check if I can get some more damage out of anywhere. I just need everything right now.
We'll see. So this guy spends his turn basically catching up to you, Nefarious.
He's in melee now, I guess.
I don't know. Morton has quite lead,
Well.
doesn't he already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well, but he can dash twice and
Death
I don't
save,
like
live alone.
death save Nibby.
No, 20.
This
I'm
is
like-
the third net one then.
Yep, the third net one in a row. It was really impressive how you rolled 2 ones in a row.
Yep.
And you're still rolling.
Well, you gotta
Just
keep
keep
you
you
gotta
guys
keep up
busy.
appearances, you know.
yes. That's what we say. He has rolled 3
Yep.
times well.
Right. So I mean, you know, Nibby, you have a thing.
Oh yeah.
What?
Just
Oh, okay. No, what?
You've had this
just
thing
saying.
all along. Why haven't you used it?
just saying. Alexei.
I will item interaction, take out my dagger. I'll
Step
go
up.
free.
All right, you slice through the ropes with the dagger.
Healing potion down the throat.
Go for it.
This last one, Alquill. You better
And it
like fire
does.
brandy the fuck out of yourself.
And it does nothing. Oh, he's up.
Oh!
Shh, shh, shh. Put his hand over mouth. Put his hand over mouth.
I can't even see you right now.
Yeah. You just like come to you
Just
just like
muffled
wake
in
up
silence.
with like potion of healing down your throat, and you're just like, what? Who? What?
She'll whisper in your ears like, "Be quiet. He hasn't spotted us."
Alright, this guy finishes tying up Nibby. These guys chase after you, Nefarious. They fire at you. You are now engaged with somebody in melee. So,
Snake
Yeah.
attack. No!
miss. Miss. That one hits you for 3 plus.
Bye.
7.
Dead.
So
I'm done.
you go down. And that's it. So then go ahead and make that death save. Right. This guy spits and just shouts some orders. All right, Alquill.
All right. I'm gonna get up. So first of all, let's get some healing.
I need eating.
All of the healing.
Fire brandy yourself. There we go.
You call upon the power of Guiron to heal your wounds.
Yes. And as a bonus action,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
this one.
you heal yourself, stand up, and cast the spell. And as you do, somebody's just like, "Wait a minute! Howdy! What the?"
and I will walk over to him and just like, "Good morning," and that's it.
He just shouts, "Boss! Boss!" But he's like he's like more than 100 feet away now at this point from chasing down Nefarious.
Yep.
All right, Nibby. I know you're already dead, but just keep rolling those death saves.
All right.
Please. That's funny.
Okay, Alexei, Alqua's up and back in the fight.
How far away is this guy?
So Nefarious ran like 2 rounds. He was already pretty far away, so I'd say he's probably like 120.
120
I'd say-
feet. That's within range of a firebolt. If I hit him and kill him, I'll get healed because of Lucas.
That is
Come
true.
on! Come on! Oh, do I get any advantage because I'm invisible or anything like that?
Yeah, you have advantage. He can't see you.
Yeah.
Oh!
Unseen attacker.
Why are the sheets so slow all the time? Also, why am I frightened on my sheet?
I don't know, dude. 'Cause you're terrified.
All right, +7, +3, so
Plus
10.
So 24.
He's dead, Jim.
Yes! I heal for 11 hit points.
Only the scrubs remain on this one blue guy.
All right, so since that person's dead, Lucas gains an additional 2 entries from his shade. Okay, once per round, a shade can make an attack against a creature within 50 feet of you. The attack has +9 bonus to hit and deals 3d6 necrotic on a hit. I will have it do that against this guy.
Sure.
Alright, so... the shade attacks it. I take it that hits.
Yeah, so you slay this were-rat, and as you do, Lucas sort of like reaches out for it and like rips this like spirit made of gold coins in its form, which sort of drifts over towards this creature that you are next to Algo, and sort of reaches into it, draining the life away, dealing 7 points of necrotic damage.
Alright, and then Alexei is gonna be like, okay, Alquill, I'll be back here!
I have healing.
Oh, okay.
Use it on yourself!
So this guy is suddenly in a not so very good situation. He doesn't like that, so he's going to disengage as a bonus action, and then dash as an action.
All right.
And so he just runs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Boop. These guys over here, seeing their leader go down, are likewise just going to scatter.
I needed one of them alive.
Hey, there's a guy here.
He's like 90 feet away from me.
It sounds like
Technically
Twitter
speaking.
talk to me.
I can't chase that far.
Whatever, just make sure Nibby and Nefarious are okay. I've got this don't worry.
No, wait.
Nefarious, death save. Cool. Alcohol.
Can I use both a Ranger Knack and Zephyr Strike on the same turn?
Say probably not, just because they're like both technically quote unquote like spells.
Okay. Well, in that case, have a healing pot. Nibby.
All right, and Nibby comes to. No, actually, he's dead. No, just kidding.
And
I
then
did
with my
actually roll
movement-
in that one, but then I could reroll it with my lucky feet.
You're
Although that wouldn't have killed me. I had -2 then.
Oh yeah, and give it +4 to your rolls when I came back conscious and came within 10 feet of you.
All right, Nibby, now you're up. It's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. How far away is Nefarious?
About 120.
He's like 120 feet away. Yeah.
outside the map, I'm 70 feet. I run 2 turns outside the map.
Forrest got it.
Yeah.
There's a guy over here.
Okay. How does this one work? If you cast it at higher level,
If you have the grasping hand thing,
no.
just not,
I have one spell slot left, and it's third. And wait, how long in range is this?
because we kind of need someone alive to interrogate to not know where the fuck they are.
It is 60 feet, and this guy is exactly 60 feet. So, oh well, I did it to you. I'm casting Hold Person.
Got it. Hold person.
DC 16, I'm pretty sure.
It's a wisdom saving throw. He fails.
Yep.
Nice.
He just sort of like suddenly stops. And he's like, ah!
Yep. And I'll use my movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll try to make it closer to him. And I'll yell, I got this one.
All right, Alexei.
Alexei will go up and non-lethally shock and grasp him now. So since
Yep,
he's
yeah,
in
that's-
hold person, yeah, I get.
You have
and
advantage, and
it's
it automatically crits if it hits.
dope.
Good night.
All right, roll 2d8 more.
Yep. Slash R 2d8. And because of Lucas, that also gains an extra 7. So then 31, I believe.
Mhm.
31 non-lethal shockies.
All right. We will just say that you knock him out.
He sleeps now.
Ah, nice one, Nibby. That wasn't so hard, was it?
All right, Nefarious. Nefarious gets up.
Yep.
What?
I rolled my 20.
No!
Just see me, like get up and go like just sit up, and I look at Alquil come running towards me like I'm good.
I'm like, did you fake that?
I was just like, oh, okay. Just,
Ah, possum
good.
tactics. Classic.
I was just like, I do not judge. I will not judge.
And
Anyway,
with
here,
that, the Whereat archers had quit the battlefield and scattered away very quickly. And you guys are alone with your one captive, many dead bodies, 7 of them, including the commoners that ship Rethnor had dragged along, and you have one commoner that's still left alive and one Whereat that is still left alive.
Yep, I'm gonna run over to Nefarious, and as I do, like get out a my last healing potion and be like, here, take this.
I just grab it and I go like bottoms up. What kind of healing is it? You can roll it for
It's
me if you
a
want.
it's a 2d4 plus 2.
Roll 2d4 plus 2. Yay. Once. Close enough. Wouldn't fucking surprise me for a second with
All
my
right, I say we should take these guys and go somewhere a bit more quiet so we can learn where these ship Rethnor guys are.
If I didn't roll only once on the first one, it would have been a completely different outcome because I would have killed the first guy.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Don't be too sure. They had decent health.
Yeah, no, the green ones. I was just mowing them down. Like the other one died on the first try almost.
Yeah, the blue guys were the tough ones.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so we're getting out here then.
Yeah, we're gonna grab we're gonna grab these two and try to find some
Yep.
quiet spot a bit away from here because we don't wanna. Yeah.
As we like gathering them up, Alexia said, "I'll say, I can't believe we did that. Oh, by the gods, I thought we were done there."
It's just like, the gods have smiled upon us this day. It's just, they know our cause is just.
Ah,
I say. And
I mean, I suppose, but I mean, you almost died.
that happens all the time.
I suppose that's very true.
Literally, all of us almost died. We just almost died in turns.
So yes,
Uh.
you drag him off maybe over into one of the like currently abandoned houses somewhat nearby. You leave leave the scene a little bit. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But otherwise, just kind of you're all a little beat up, so you can't really get too far.
A
Yeah.
little beat up, yeah.
So I'm going to get up some ropes. I'm pretty sure I have some. Or did I give away all my ropes? I don't remember. Yeah, I still have some ropes. I'm gonna get up ropes. One of the 15 feet one. I'm gonna tie up the rats. I'm gonna use the other 51 to tie up the like commoner guy. And I am going to use my last lay on hands. As I'll say, like, okay, guys, get ready. And I'm going to use my last lay on hand, Spirit of the Fire Brandy, on the Verath guy.
I'm putting the sword around his neck, and I'm just holding the sword at his neck as he wakes up.
All right, so you conjure your magic to give him a little bit of healing. He sort of where, and he like looks up and he's like, oh.
Good morning.
Morning.
So, here's us. Let's cut right to it. Where is Gunther? Where is the bag? Did you take any of its contents?
He says, who the fuck is Gunther? What bag are you talking about?
Kind of torture.
Why do you always want to torture more?
Not always one. It's just a good solution in interrogation.
Maybe off screen, but
Also,
Oh.
session's ending soon.
Yeah.
A
So
15 minutes of torture here, guys.
God damn it, Martin.
this is
so-
not okay.
Yeah. I say, say to this guy, just like, Gunther is one of the people who live around here. Seems to be running with you lot, he says. And from what our understanding, he's the one who took our bag, which contains things, valuable things, dangerous things, things that you lot shouldn't have your hands on. Says.
He says, that's so. Well, afraid I don't know any Gunthers. A lot of folks around here run with us. He says, made him an offer they can't refuse. He says, but you're looking for answers about some bag, some fella you're chasing after. I'm a nobody. I don't know anything. Better off just killing me.
All right, let's change the questioning. Where is it that we can find the rest of ship Rethnor?
He says, well, I reckon you'd have to go back up to the surface.
All right, the ones that run down here then.
Well, he says, well, why should I tell you I'm going to die anyways?
I'm not going to tell you.
It depends how fast you want to die.
Right, let's just look at the Furious. It's like, look, if he cooperates, I'm just going to knock him out and leave him.
Fair enough.
And he says, and if you do that, what's to say I won't gather up my boys and come after you?
And then we'll beat you up again.
And he says,
We were hoping you were a bit smarter than that.
Yeah.
he says, I don't think you know that the forces you are playing with. And he says, this down here, this is just a fraction of what we're capable of.
Yeah, I've had run-ins with Ship Rethnor before, 9 years ago. Man named Pierce. Heard about him?
Pierce. Of course I've heard about him.
Yeah. It's just, Also, some other goons he had, Slim, other one of like your were rat people.
He says,
They were
Slim, that runt. Oh, that's what he was up to.
says, yeah, Slim step now. Says,
That's good riddance.
yes, I fully agree with that. Says, so he says, I'm sure Pierce is very well aware of what Black Eyes does if he's here. He says, and I don't know what he would want with it. Probably, if he knows what's best for him, he'd probably get rid of that. But I can't take that chance. So, tell me where I can go to find the stolen goods. Where would somebody that works with your lot go to get rid of it?
He says, there's a lot of places one would go for such a thing.
Such
He says, warehouses down by the docks, shady merchant in the alleyways. He says, perhaps the local pawn shop. He says, we deal with
Well, this one in
a lot of folks.
Well, this one in particular came down here with the bag.
And he says, well, seems like we're sort of at an impasse here. You see, you want information. I don't want to give it to you. At least not for nothing. He says.
All right.
How about your life?
He says, I already resigned myself to being dead. He says, you're going to have to do better than that.
Please?
So what is it that you want?
And he says, well, how badly do you want this bag of yours back?
It's just like I look at Lucas, who's not here still.
You can imagine he's glaring intently.
Yeah.
Alexei will say, it's like, well, we did get involved in a fight with you guys for it, so...
Says, that should tell you something.
And he says, well, he says, not exactly a mind reader. I don't know what you got on you. Why don't you make me an offer? What's the information worth to you?
Let's see. Well, I look at the rest here. It's like I'm not made of money. It says, how's the rest of you? What? The problem here is that the guy who wants this bag the most isn't here. That is, I think, our main issue here. Like, for me, the only thing important about that bag is the fucking black guys I don't want spreading.
Nefarious hears in his head. We could just give him the money, and then when he tries to leave, we kill him and take the money back.
I turn around and I just chuckling at that nod.
I have some money.
Well,
That's out loud.
I look over at Nibby, surprised at his sudden engagement. Says, right. How much are we willing to to offer this guy then?
I'll put my hand down the coin purse and jiggle it about a bit, and I'll put out 16 gold.
He just sort of like looks at that, like back up at you. He's like, you want me to sell out members of one of those powerful pirate crews in all of Luskin for 16 gold coins?
yep.
Well, also, you don't die in a horrible way. And I'll to Alquil's dismay, I'll grab the peasant guy's face and melt it with primal savagery.
All
Just
right.
acid his face.
Duly noted.
Like for an intimidation check on the rat.
Okay. I wasn't in on
Right.
that one. I'm just standing here with my sword around his neck, like looking at the guy's melted face, going like, "Ooh."
What the fuck,
All right. Go ahead and shift your alignment to neutral evil.
We have alignment?
Yep,
Well-
you do.
Oh well, okay, here's my alignment actually. If it's
Yep.
that's
No,
my
you
alignment.
were. I figured you were neutral before. You are now neutral evil. So, you do that. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Fuck, I don't have 0.
Does he get bonus to that? Because it literally melted someone's face off.
Alive first and say.
I'm just asking if he gets a bonus for that.
No, he does. He does not get a bonus for murdering helpless civilians. I will not promote that in my games.
A helpless civilian.
Yep.
Okay. Do helpless a civilian try to kill people?
Well, forced to.
Right. So, yeah, he's just uncowed by this. And he's just like, what? So you can kill a poor peasant? Who cares? Do whatever you want to me. Are we done here? Just kill me and be done with it.
Oh yeah. I feel okay, guys. Lucas, Zack's character is the one who has the most interest in this bag.
Yep.
The only
I-
interest we have in it is the black eyes, right?
Yeah, that's the only interest I have in it. So I feel it would be more fair to Zack if we wait until he can be like next week when he can hopefully be here. Since we're at the end of the session anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And pick up the interrogation then, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna have things he wants to say and do. He probably wants to have a say in this. That sounds good to you guys, or
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah? So
I don't mind.
yeah, is Brad? If that's okay, if we can just end it here for now and then pick up next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's about that time, so.
Yeah. All right. Then let's do that. And
Oh,
don't
yes.
think this is over, Nivi. We
We
are
will-
going to have words.
What's over?
We will pick this up next week then. Believe I should be good to go. So we will play again next week. Next up in the recap order is look at that, it's James. So you better show up on time next week. Just saying.
Who's the backup?
The next in line would be Zach, who's not here. So then the next in line would be Mike.
So Mike prepared to do the recap.
Yeah.
Melted a guy's face off.
All right, and with that, that will be all for this week. We'll see you again, same time next week, and we'll see. Hopefully Zach is here and we can get this little situation resolved.
Yes, hopefully.
Mm.
Adventures.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.